All right, bet. Let's go. Hey. Come on, I need the energy up.
That's what the Celsius is for.
It's 12 in a row. 12 in a row.
Let's
go, man. Welcome.
Asrahulet.
Dose, whatever you want to call it, man. Welcome to episode 12 of the WeSoCultured podcast. I am your friendly neighborhood host, Jonas. Got some good people to my right, as always. Sam. Yo, you glowing, bro. What you using on your skin, bro?
I got some sunscreen, bro.
Hey.
I got some sunscreen on.
We got
lotion,
Sam in the house. Big Sam. What's up, Dawit? Oh, we got a cut too?
Yeah. I had to cut it.
You went to Target?
Nah, not today. I went to the coffee shop.
Hey. You already know. You got to step out when you get a cut. What's up, Dawit? What's good?
What's happening?
Let's go. Excited for this episode. What's up, Mello behind the cam? What's up, bro?
Yo.
Hey. This song was definitely requested by Mello, and we gotta honor it because we fuck with it. Shout out M Huncho, man.
You've been requesting a song for 10 weeks.
We just now honor it, huh? What's up, y'all? How was y'all's week, man?
It was good, bro. It was good.
How y'all feeling, man? We're on our 12th week.
Mm-hmm.
Just another week.
Yeah.
12 weeks, that's what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
3 months exactly.
3 months, man.
Damn.
It's crazy. What y'all do this week? What'd you do, Sam?
Yeah, I saw this show on Netflix called Adolescence. I don't know if anybody saw that. It's like in the top 10.
Good.
I seen it.
You guys already all watched it?
Yeah.
Do we care if I talk about it?
Go ahead.
Talk about it.
Okay. I mean, it's the way it's shot, everything is good. Like, it's a really interesting story. The every episode that's shot, so spoiler alert for anybody who's gonna watch it, but every episode that's shot is only shot from one camera the entire time. If you didn't notice that, go watch it again.
Oh shit.
Every episode they only use one camera the whole time. If you notice, that's why it's always in one scene. Like, you never go from one location to another. It's like when they're in the school, they're in the school. When they're in the hospital, they're in the hospital. When they're like wherever, they're wherever. But anyways, like, the show is insane. The way it ends is kind of how you, I guess, expected it to end. But
What's it
I
about?
think for me,
What's it about? Like,
basically, this kid gets accused of killing some girl, right? He's like, I think he's in middle school.
Yeah.
So he's accused of killing this girl. He says he didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. The cops bring him in. And then they watch the video. There's like CCTV footage of it. And it's literally a video of him stabbing the girl. Like, it's pretty clear. So it's cut and dry. Like, it's over. But then it just kind of follows like the story of like what happens after that. He keeps saying that he's innocent. At the end, like, his dad, like, it shows his family how they're kind of like dealing with it and everything. And what I took away from the show was like there's no happy ending to it. It's just like all sad.
Yeah.
And I think that this is like something in like media in America specifically, and like Western culture and whatever, where like movies don't have happy endings anymore. They're just kind of like this meaningless, like sad, just ending. And I don't like that. Personally, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of it. It was like, it's a cool show.
It's real though.
It's so real, but
it's
also
real shit though.
Yeah, but the problem I have is like life is already real.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that on
that. I get
TV.
that.
Let's have a happy ending at least, or something, like something to take away from it.
Yeah,
Right.
that orchestra
That's
that
true.
puts together the triumphant music is over here like, wait, this is the last. This is the only song.
This is the last episode. There's not a.
We don't get to do the other song.
Yeah. But it is a good show, so I'd still recommend it.
There's only one season.
Yeah, it's like a limited series, so
Limited
there's only 4
series,
episodes.
Yeah.
Man,
The actors are great. The kid who the main character, he's great.
There's some great limited series out there. Like even I don't know if it's considered a true what's it called?
True story.
Limited series, True Detective. Every one of those seasons is a completely different story.
Yeah, the first season I
So
heard
I don't know
is
if that
crazy.
does that make it a limited series?
I think so. There's like a name for that kind of show though.
Yeah, so it's like one season is about one case.
'cause
and then
American
the second
Horror Story-
season,
I was
completely
just
different
about to say
characters.
American Horror Stories like that, where each season is completely different.
I mean, it can't be limited if there's like multiple seasons, right?
Yeah, I guess limited series maybe it's just one season, but I get what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
like a different kind of.
It's a completely different story.
That's a
every
great
time.
show. I've heard though.
I've watched all 3 of them. I strongly recommend. If you're
that's
out of
what-
shows, just you got HBO.
I heard the first season is like goated.
I've had some people who contested it and said the second one was better.
Okay.
For me personally, you can't beat that first season.
Okay. That's the one with Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The
All right,
last
all right,
limited
all
series,
right.
I think.
Yeah. But that that's the one where he's like, he looks kind of crazy, and he's like, like he's like crazy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen memes.
So, other than that, how was your week?
Yeah, that was it. It's cool.
Oh, you just watched that show the whole week?
Well, that was like the highlight. I mean, that was like
okay.
a big part of the,
Okay,
you know,
other than that, if you just like working shit.
yeah, work, you know, just been busy the whole weekend. Yeah.
What you, Dawit? Anything going on?
I was a little off this week, man. Didn't wipe my face with the avocado peel.
You didn't dunk your face in ice water?
No, but I have a new method now.
What is it?
Skin a squirrel, and then you wipe your face with the skin of the squirrel.
That's next level.
That's some Texas
Yeah,
shit.
they're still while you're still behind on
cheeks.
bananas.
Yeah, we're still on the banana peel.
still on the banana peels. The avocados was leveling up. Now, if you really want to catch up,
Yeah.
go outside, touch grass, catch a squirrel.
Catch. You caught
Skin
it?
Yeah, how else? I mean, you got to get
Oh,
it
shit.
natural, bro.
Okay. I thought you went to
Like,
PetSmart or something.
100% organic.
Nah, them shits are right outside.
Yeah, you got to
In the
get
DMV.
organic squirrel skin.
I respect it. Mello, how was your week, man?
My week was good. Another week.
Y'all
Just
do
work.
did y'all see any of the cherry blossom shit?
Nah.
Yeah, I went yesterday.
I kind of see it in my neighborhood, bro. At this point, I don't know what's the point
You
even
didn't have
driving
to
to
go to
DC.
DC, yeah.
Hmm.
Mello, how was it?
It is nice though, seeing it like
Oh yeah,
in that landscape, like by the water, by the monument, and all that.
How was your
There was just a shit ton of people out there, so
I know, I was
That
gonna
part
say,
wasn't
I know
fun.
how you be.
yeah.
How was it like?
It was
Just in
cool.
general.
It was cool. It was obviously it was a beautiful day yesterday and today. I got there kind of late though when the sun was setting, so everybody was kind of leaving, which was
smart man.
But it was kind of good, yeah, because parking was easy to find.
Oh, actually, I did.
That's
I did
good.
go drive a little bit around there,
Bro, it's nice by the
I went
water.
with my
Like
girl.
when
I
you
went-
see the
right by the water in Northeast.
yeah.
Oh,
On
okay,
the way
you were
to
able to
on the
see
way
it.
to Southeast, like just before
Okay.
it, we were able to like kind of hang out there and try to catch the fireworks. But
Yeah, I
Because
heard
they
was
got
too
the
far
cherry
away.
blossoms like along the sidewalk that it's like the perimeter of the Potomac, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much, or like surrounds the bridge and all that.
yeah, we were right on the opposite side of where Navy Yard's at.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So still in DC, but
I heard that joint was packed.
Yeah,
Stupid
traffic is
pack.
crazy.
dude,
It's
they were
nice, but
closing
I
off
don't- I don't
roads.
think
they were like,
it's
you can't
worth the
come in,
hype.
but you can get out.
Traffic is crazy, bro.
That's crazy. You can come in, but you can't come out. Like that's
Like no, the
wild.
other side can come out. Like I saw it, they blocked off like people trying to get in. But if you
Oh.
were trying to leave, the road was cleared.
Yeah.
Coming in, they had cop cars parked right
Dog,
there. They're
the
like,
bridge to go from Alexandria or Arlington into DC, insane. Even today, it was crazy. It's just
Yeah.
like it's not worth the drive
it's
unless
the
you're
weather, man.
unless, if you're going in the cherry blossoms, fine. But if you're doing anything else,
Anything
just
else,
don't
yeah.
go to DC.
Yeah, at this point.
The food trucks made their money yesterday.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's
Made a
so
bag.
man. They definitely made
What?
bread. Did y'all get any like
them
food
bikers
from
on
there?
DoorDash were going crazy. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
They were cutting through traffic too.
Yeah,
I
they're
saw
like-
them splitting the lanes.
I can get it there faster.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I stopped at one food truck. I got some lamb and chicken over rice. Some
Nice.
kebabs. Shit was fire.
Nice.
Gyro.
Nice.
And then a little ice cream, you know what I mean? A
Hey,
euro.
Definitely what we want to start with. I think you wanted to do this first,
Yeah.
right, Dawit? What's y'all's favorite cartoon of all time? Because it's hard to kind of choose.
Damn.
It's so many cartoons, but yeah, I
So,
want to
quick
know
question.
what y'all's favorite cartoon
wanna-
of all time.
Question
is.
I wanna-
real
go
quick
ahead.
before we go into this. Is anime separate?
Anime
like it
is
is
separate
separate.
because
Anime
every
is
time I
separate.
call anime a cartoon,
Yeah, it's different.
those anime freaks get on my ass.
is
So
different. It
is
you are
separate.
not allowed to include
Yeah.
anime into the cartoon conversation.
Yeah, it's its own.
Yeah.
I was gonna
genre.
say.
and I also want to throw one more stipulation in.
What's up?
SpongeBob can't be the answer.
Okay, that's fair.
Make it like because it's just it's like the LeBron of cartoons. It's just
Yeah.
it's pointless.
Do you already have yours?
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to wait?
Courage the Cowardly Dog, man.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog just got so many layers to it, and nothing geeks me out more than that dude screaming and like his teeth falling out and shit, and is like trying to explain the story, and then he just turns into whatever he's like that shit geeks me every time, and they're just sitting here like, what is this dog talking about?
Right.
Hey, I mean, but Look, one thing I tell you right now, you ain't never gonna find a more loyal individual than Courage, bro.
Yeah.
Courage was fighting aliens, monsters, spooky shit. Like
That was one of the
Courage got your
scariest
back.
shows like I've seen as a kid. Like that was like I don't know what I don't know. Like sometimes I think like the people who created those shows were like on some shit.
Oh,
Because like, how do you
sure.
think of a different type of creature or villain every single episode?
Yeah.
Oh, let's avoid it.
I couldn't get with that
cartoons,
show
too.
when
I
I
don't
was a
want
kid,
somebody
though.
saying Family Guy. That's
Nah,
just,
nah.
like we're talking about kids
Nah.
cartoons.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
I mean, damn.
Yeah, one episode I remember is Muriel. Is that what her name is? I forgot. Yeah,
Muriel.
the mom, whatever. She was making mac and cheese or something.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
made like a whole mountain of mac and cheese. There was something about that as a kid where I was like, I want some mac and cheese now. I'd just be making big ass bowls of mac and cheese.
Hey, Eustace is such an asshole.
Yeah.
I remember there was somebody who's like super ugly walking up to the door, and he like opened it. And he goes, "No!" He like screams as loud as he can, and he goes, "No!" Shuts the door in their face.
And he was ugly as hell too.
Yeah, bro. Like Eustace was always mad, and he's just like scaring the dog all the time, putting on that green mask with the swirl eye and shit. It's just like
Hell nah.
booga booga booga. And the dog freaks out
That
every
was
time.
such a trippy cartoon. Like, even just the setting, like the background, like
It's very eerie.
yeah, it's hella eerie,
It
and I
is.
feel like it's real dark. Like,
It's super dark.
like the actual, if you actually think about it,
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And I even came back and watched it as an adult, and I was like, I was watching this as a kid. Like, this is sick.
I guess though, as a kid, we're not really thinking that
Yeah,
deep
we
into
didn't make
it.
that connection.
We just want to watch it because it's like it's funny and it's scary.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit was weird to me.
It was weird.
I don't know why I connect. Like, I watched a few episodes. It was funny. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't really get hooked on it. Just threw me off a little bit. But I feel like Cartoon Network in general was.
They had a lot of weird shows.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, mine is more recent, but my favorite cartoon is Regular Show, and it's
like-
also on
That is
Regular
a
Show's a
great
great
show.
Cartoon Network.
That is a great show.
Great show.
I
It's
just
deep,
feel
too.
like it was another one of those shows where every episode it was just some crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
And I just really like all the characters, like Mordecai Rigby, Muscle Man with his fucking
Yeah.
man boobs, Skips, Pops, and then the fucking
Who's the gumball
Nelson.
machine?
Was that his name?
I think so.
Whatever the fuck his name was. Benson.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a fucking gumball machine. I'm like, yo, how do these people think of these characters?
Yeah,
Like,
and it was kind of like there were times where he would like all the gumballs would come out. It's just like, what does that mean?
bro, I swear these creators were like on some acid or something, bro, when they were thinking of these characters and situations. But I love that show. I love every episode of that show. Like, I could
Yeah.
watch it all the way through.
One little side note shout out though to my favorite cartoon crash out of all time, the teacher from Fairly Odd Parents. It's always like Fairly Odd Parents. That shit
Nigga be
always
tweaking.
geeks me, bro.
What's his name? What was his name, man?
Bro, look it
I
up, bro.
don't
That guy
remember,
geeks me,
yo.
bro. Every time, and every time he spazzes,
Yeah.
he's not on the ground. Like he's switching positions and like contorting in like 6 different ways.
Oh, Mr. Crocker.
Mr. Crocker.
See, he's
Mr.
like
Crocker
he's
was
like
an
the
all-time
epitome of a
crash
creep.
out.
Oh, of a what?
He's like the epitome of a creep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also of like
Literally,
a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Because like nobody believes him.
Oh,
But he's
yeah.
right. He's right the whole time.
Yo.
And he looks crazy.
Yeah, like I'm looking at this dude's picture. It's like,
His ears on his neck.
yeah, why the fuck is his ear? And he has a hunchback. Yo,
bro.
yeah, Mr. Crocker, man.
Mr.
Legend.
Crocker is an all-time
Fairly Odd
crash
Parents was a
out.
good show though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really damn. That's a good shout out because I really forgot about that show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you think about it, that was a legendary show.
It was legendary. You also only until you get older do you realize that Cosmo was a little zesty.
Yeah.
a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a
High
little
key,
bit.
he had a girl and everything, bro. Like,
And then
they
remember,
just casted
There was the
spells
scenes
together.
where Wanda, who was the like Hispanic fairy that came out of nowhere? That was
Apparently,
like
that's who she was really like.
he
with
was like
undercover.
super jacked.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know
Wandissimo.
what you're talking about.
His name was Juan
Wandissimo. She was in love with him. And Cosmo was just sitting there.
Bro,
Like,
y'all
that's
remember,
crazy.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna track us one more time. This is the last cartoon I'm gonna spin us off into. the Powerpuff Girls. Y'all seen the clips of how much they just be kicking the shit out of Mojo Jojo, even when he's in like the dude was in prison, bro.
Yeah.
They broke in just to beat his ass. They jumped him, bro.
Bro.
Nobody hated anyone more than the Powerpuff Girls hated
some
Mojo
D1
Jojo.
crash outs.
Yeah.
Bro, they broke it. He's in prison. And he's got like his brain popping out of his helmet and shit.
Yeah. Because he's got it in like a case, whatever the hell that was. That show was crazy.
Forgot about that.
That's another Cartoon Network. That was on Cartoon Network, right?
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Cartoon Network. Fairy Odd Pants was Nickelodeon.
Yeah. But see, they also had that the one villain, I think was called Her or Him.
Yeah,
or whatever.
the pink one with the
the devil.
devil.
It was like the devil, but it was a guy that was dressed as a girl.
Oh shit!
It was in
I
heels, but it had a
forgot
mustache and beard.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's crazy.
Wait, did you say your
Insane.
favorite?
No. We were chatting.
Gotta
It's
pick
tough.
one,
It's tough.
man.
So I'm gonna say it's a close tie, but I'm gonna say Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie.
Dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
So good. My parents hated that show. They
I don't blame 'em.
absolutely
It was
hated
just some
it.
dumbass shit that would go on
They
every
absolutely
episode.
hated
Yeah.
it, dude. Just everything about it, like Ed just being the dumbest thing ever, just like his eyes always looking the other way. Eddie just being like this like conniving little like he's like always has some plan to like do something. He only had 3 strands of hair.
Man, who was it that posted the Ed and Eddie picture and told me I was Eddie?
Wait, what?
I'll put that in the chat. You didn't
posted
see
a
it?
picture of
No.
the three of like it was a picture of the three of us.
It was
and
from
then
the
they
last-
posted Ed and Eddie.
It was the
and
last
they put me
episode.
as Eddie.
Damn.
It was
Y'all
the
see the way they
thumbnail.
violate, bro?
It was the thumbnail of our last episode, and we were standing in a row.
Does he look like Eddie?
No, but the like all of us
Oh.
standing together, the 3 of us, it looked like
Yeah.
Ed and Eddie.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it was a great show. Great show. They had they also had the scene where it's like a few episodes where there was the 3 girls that were like
Yeah.
the girl version of them.
Yeah, they were all like trying, and they were obsessed with those guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Obsessed.
That's funny.
And they had the random Indian dude who had the plank.
Oh yeah, playing.
Yeah. I
Did
forgot
y'all,
the
do y'all
guy's
remember
name.
the food they were eating too? They fed them like sandwiches once, and it was like they would bite into it, and it'd just be elastic,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
And then look, when it finally cut through,
Yeah.
they smack them in the face.
What was the candy that they would eat?
the gumballs, jawbreakers.
Jawbreakers. Yeah, and it would be like
Jawbreakers.
Oh yeah.
the gumball or
Bro,
whatever.
they were scheming in the streets for 25 cents just to get jawbreakers. Every episode was
That show
about
was
getting
insane.
jawbreakers, bro.
That
They
show
probably
was
had the
wild.
craziest cavities by the time they were 13, bro.
That show was wild. Yeah.
Yo.
What was your other show?
It was between that and Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack is
Ooh.
cold.
Samurai Jack was just such
But
a good show.
I think that's on the anime side. Isn't
It's
it?
No,
close.
hell no.
It's close,
a
but it is
hybrid.
considered. Yeah, it's close, but it's considered.
No,
like
it's
a
on
cartoon.
Cartoon Network.
At some
right?
point they started considering it
Oh, okay.
anime.
For real.
I'm
I
pretty
guess,
sure.
yeah. I think like the anime,
They don't accept
the
it.
anime nerds,
They
they're
don't
gonna be like,
accept it.
nah.
Fuck no, get that shit out.
They say the same thing about what is it? Avatar. Their
Yeah, it's
Avatar, the
not
Airbender.
anime.
They're like,
Avatar's not
they're
anime.
like, it's not anime.
But it's really not though.
Why? Because they don't have it in Japanese with their mouths not matching the
Yeah, I
words
think
that's coming out?
just because it was made in America.
Yeah,
probably.
I think like they have a specific requirement where it's got to be
Avatar's
made.
not anime, bro.
Yeah,
See?
I don't think it's
See?
because I've only seen it
See?
on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I've even seen people give shit about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like,
That's
that is
anime.
that
Dragon
is-
Ball Z's lit though.
That it is
Yeah.
lit.
but it's still anime.
I think that's
anime.
considered.
Out of those three, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
As was my favorite show.
That's
if we
such a good
didn't
show.
exclude anime,
I would actually-
I would have
Okay.
said that.
I would consider that one more of a hybrid. That is a
Yeah.
cartoon,
That's an all-time great.
Nah, that's anime, nigga. Come on,
That's an all-time great.
isn't it?
that might be the.
Because I mean, it was
anime.
made in Japan. I think.
I felt like it's one of those.
It might
ones
be
that-
the biggest anime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
And
no,
I think
fair enough.
I think that's why
You get
people
what I'm
get
saying,
it.
right?
but it's not.
Yeah.
But remember, we said cartoon.
yeah, I was about to
true.
say,
You gotta give
Mello,
us a
do you have a favorite cartoon or one that you kind of just like really fucked with?
I
when you
fuck
were
with
younger?
so many cartoons. If I had to pick 2, what I actually was watching a lot. I'm a little bit older than y'all, but probably Rugrats and Hey Arnold.
Hey
Rugrats went
Arnold.
crazy.
that's-
Even the
that's-
Rugrats
that's out
movie
of my
was
time.
tough.
I don't even know.
You don't remember Hey Arnold?
Nah.
Yo, that's a great show.
Oh, didn't they call him like football head?
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
head was like that. That's a great show.
And
then
Doug. Y'all ever watch Doug?
Yeah, Doug was a classic.
Doug is
too.
classic, man.
Where that's like just outside of your range. Just outside of range
Doug.
for you.
Yeah.
Just outside.
my man.
I
Doug.
mean,
Yeah,
we could
make
also,
it there.
Isn't it funny how much we enjoyed Looney Tunes as kids, bro? But like we grow up and then we find out it was extremely blatantly racist. And then you go back and watch it and you're like, Foghorn Leghorn is
that's
so
Racist and perverted too, bro.
Huh?
Oh.
Racist and perverted.
Oh,
they got
yeah.
a lot of like subliminal shit in there.
It was a lot of subliminal shit.
Wasn't it, what's his face? Pepe
Shout
Le
out to
Pew?
Disney, man.
Shout out.
We
Pepe
still
Le
need
Pew
that
was a
sponsorship,
pervert,
man.
nigga.
Yeah, shout out to Disney. Huh?
And Pepe Le Pew, they were always like, that guy's a pervert, bro.
There was that like crazy Indian scene, right?
I don't know. There was just all kinds of
Was
scenes.
that
No,
the
they
one
had all
that we
types of
watched?
shit.
But that is an old show. Like it's been
Yeah.
around even before like y'all's times. Like
Yeah.
even
60s,
before.
70s, right?
If we take it back that
Since
far,
black
it's
and
Tom
white
and Jerry
TVs.
for me.
Oh, my
shit!
great
Tom
show.
and Jerry. I'd
Great
forget
Hey, they
about
had
that.
Looney Tunes when they were black and white TV still.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah,
color
that
even
was like
existed, right?
from the early 80s.
That's crazy.
Way before us. So like they were like when I went back and watched it after people told me it was super racist, I remembered looking at an episode of Foghorn Leghorn where they wrapped a noose around his neck and dragged him up a flight of stairs and then hung him, and I was like,
But like, yeah, how did we not?
Well,
clock that?
because those episodes I don't think were played when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like I never saw that.
And
Like,
you
you
know
had
the
to
thing
look
is,
that-
they're
you had
doing
to
so
search
much
that.
crazy ass shit, right? You're not realizing sometimes that in the midst of all the craziness, they're doing some weird stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just goes over your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. I also think that's why my parents would hate certain shows that I would watch. Cause like they
clocked
see
it.
it, they clocked it,
Yeah.
but I'm sitting there eating a bowl of cereal, just like having fun, and they're like, "What the fuck is this kid watching?"
Tom and Jerry geeked me too though. Like
Man.
him going over and messing with that dog.
Yeah.
Or when Jerry be setting that guy up, bro. Jerry go over and he'll like take a paddle to the dog's ass and then run off. And
Right.
Tom be like right there.
Like, damn, nigga, what? Bro, you know, speaking of the one that you were saying, who was Zesty from Very Odd Parents?
Cosmo.
Cosmo, bro. SpongeBob had some questionable moments, specifically the Weenie Hut Jr.
Oh yeah, we need her
episode.
juniors.
But didn't it come out years later that it was the intention was for SpongeBob to be kind of
Like I
he's,
think the
like,
original
questionable,
idea.
He's
I
questionable.
guess.
Like,
Yeah.
he goes both ways.
Yeah.
I guess.
I could see it though. Like, it did kind of like, even the way he would look at Squidward sometimes, like he would have the blushy. Like he would, bro, he was on Squidward's tip, bro, sometimes. Like I was like, all right, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And even Patrick living under
Patrick
a
had some
rock.
questions.
Whenever the door opens, it's just the rock lifting up and he's attached to it. Like, why, bro? Like, and then when you go inside of his house, he's like actually on the ground and some like burrowed out.
Yeah.
So like, why when we came to get you from the door, are you attached to the ceiling? Is that like where you
and
slept?
I'm thinking about it. Was Patrick always naked?
He
wore
had shorts.
Or he wore
had
shorts? The green Jones.
The green
Yeah,
ones with
yeah.
the little florals on it.
They just happened to show him naked a
Yeah,
lot.
but Squidward never had pants. So that's
He always had a shirt.
he had a shirt but no pants.
yeah, that's crazy. I didn't.
Which is
notice
like,
that.
well, what's going on here?
I never noticed that.
And they straight hoed plankton every
Oh, yeah.
every time he showed up, bro.
Yeah, and it is interesting how even when that show was created like in the
Long time
90s,
ago.
right?
Late 90s.
Late
Late
90s, and he
90s,
had
yeah,
a
into
he
the
had a
2000s.
computer wife. Like I thought that was
Oh,
really
yeah.
interesting.
Yo,
Even
they're
at
ahead of
that
their
time,
time.
like
Yeah.
they were kind of ahead of the.
But computers existed.
I know. I'm saying like I don't think people at that time were thinking like they would have at some point a computer wife.
Yeah, that's a little further.
I feel like they
further
were
on
kind of
thinking.
thinking ahead, like with that specific point.
True.
I would have never thought of that, but
Yeah.
what was her name? Karen.
Yeah.
Karen.
And he was.
You never
he was
heard
on-
of a show called The Jetsons?
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
the
Like,
They had shit like
Jetsons
that. That
is
shit
dope.
came out in like the
Yeah,
70s or
Isn't it
80s.
funny they had the Jetsons and the Flintstones at the same time? Like one of them is still kind of stuck in the past and one was too ahead in its future. Both of those both of those shows were kind of concurrent.
yeah.
Yo, you know, how could I forget about Pokemon?
You know,
Pokemon.
True.
I didn't watch a lot.
That was an era.
I
That
was
literally
watching
a
Pokemon
fucking.
like crazy, bro. I had the
Yeah.
games, the Game Boy, and everything, bro.
I
They
can see
really
you
had
with
us
your little
fooled,
Game
bro.
Boy.
They had us with an arrow pad and 2 buttons, bro. Obsessing over this.
going crazy over that.
I had
and
my
an
Game
on-off
Boy
switch.
everywhere, bro.
Huh?
I had my Game Boy everywhere.
Yeah, bro. Like without.
Yo, you know how sick you would be
Double
if
A
you
batteries
forgot
go
that
crazy.
shit.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Imagine
The end of the
you're
world.
taking a long drive or something, you
Yeah,
forget that shit.
bro.
You're gonna crash out as
Or
a
you're
kid.
out of batteries.
Mm.
Fuck. What am I gonna do now?
See, I was
Stare out the window.
I was a kid. I was like alive and like I was around to play the Game Boy and
Yeah,
shit.
went
Like
from-
even the old Game Boy.
Went from Game Boy kids to iPad kids.
Yeah, like I did get to experience both.
Nintendo
Well, there was the PSP era.
Yeah,
There was
PSP was
the
tough.
in
PSP
between.
was tough too. I was over there
yeah.
playing 2K on my PSP, bro.
Yeah, shit was-
Hide
PlayStation
it
fumbled the bag with that.
Yeah. Did you ever? I used to hide it under my pillow when it was like we were told to go to bed,
Hell
so that like I'd
This
wear
nigga
like
used to
right
do the
when they
same
left,
shit.
Shit was great.
and then just clink. Like until my brother got his own bedroom, I was like,
Yeah,
Bro,
PSP era.
Bro,
was
he used to
great.
do the same shit. He was the one who had the PS. We both couldn't have PSPs, so I had a DS and he had a PSP.
Type shit.
the PSP was
DS
tough.
like Game Boy or whatever, and he had the
Yeah.
PSP.
PSP was tough.
It was
was
tough
tough,
as shit,
yeah,
bro. You could
yeah.
do anything on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they fumbled with that, but they did. I think shit just started getting more advanced. But onto the next topic, which is a really good question, because I think we realize this. You realize this as you go out more, but I want to ask y'all: is club life officially lame now? Is going to the club just like not it anymore?
Yeah, I think the thing is now that we used to be able to, we can go in a pack of 3 and we could enjoy it, and it is what it is. You didn't need a section. You just talk to, because people were more open to talking and like kicking it, whatever, if you haven't met them before. But now people are way more secluded and way more like just wired different.
Right.
So like if you're not rolling 8 to 10 deep to the club with a section to where you can enjoy the people around you, it's dead.
It don't hit
bro.
the same.
It's dead because it's either you got a section and you got enough people to fill up the section and the other sections are also popping. Outside of that, nah, bro, it's whack.
Yeah, unless it's like one of those like Afrobeat nights or like lit nights like that, nobody really be dancing too. No one's like, if you get to the club early, the middle of the dance floor is gonna be empty, and even when it's full, nobody's really like dance. Everybody want to look too cool. I think
Because
that's
it's
the issue.
yeah, because it's like if you go to like some of the clubs here in DC and they're playing, I love Future, but they're playing Future, they're playing like other rappers. That's not music you dance to.
No.
It's just not. It's club music meant for, it's section music. It's like
section
just
music,
sit in like this, vibe, smoke a good drink, whatever.
Clouds of weed smoke.
Yeah.
That's what it's like,
But if it's like if it's an Afrobeats night, if it's a Latin club,
everybody's up.
Yeah.
Everybody's up out their seat,
I need to go to more Latin nights or
Yeah.
something like where people are just dancing.
moving.
A section life ruined it too.
I think that's what's
Section
like-
culture killed it.
Section
Yeah,
culture
because like
did
you
it.
leave and you're like, I can't believe we're
Yeah.
about to split 2 bands. Then you got to chase people.
Yeah.
And then even in the section, like from a guy's perspective, you got like, you never know who brought another dude that like you have no connection with. And then you got the section ornaments, the shorties that just sit there and don't talk to nobody, don't do nothing. Like they
nothing
just
coming
sit
out
there
their
and
mouth.
drink your alcohol and
you know
take
where-
up space.
You know where that comes from though? I feel like all of that comes from, if you take like, for example, anyone who's ever been to like a strip club, right? Like if you take that environment and you sort of like slowly move that into the club world, that's exactly what's happening, where everyone's sitting around doing nothing, buying bottles. Like we're all in this area just sitting down.
True.
That's the way the club makes the most amount of money, is that now instead of you buying a single drink, it's like perfect for them. Because people aren't up and moving. Nobody's breaking shit.
that's a good
It's like
point.
we're all just sitting down, paying $1,000 for this area, and then we're paying $300, $500 for each bottle.
That's usually worth $30 to $50.
Yeah, it's like a club's dream to have that. They make less money if you're at a Latin club dancing around. They make more money if you're, sitting there buying bottles.
One of these days, there's got to be a movement where we just flip the shit on them, and everybody's just like, it's never gonna happen, but just flip the script. Everyone just be in Gen Pop.
Yeah, because even think about it.
that
Whenever
shit.
you did invite girls to join us, right? Like, and I was speaking from my single self at the time. What's the first question they ask you?
Section.
Do you have a section?
Yeah. Because
They don't
also,
want- they already pre-wired to not dance,
yeah.
and I mean that's cool.
It's cool, but it's like
that's where we're at now.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm not
where
even
we're
trying
at,
to bash women for it, because
It-
even me, I kind of don't even want to be on the Gen Pop floor.
nah, yeah, like
I
if
want to sit.
Yeah, if I was in their situation, like hypothetically, like if I was a baddie, like fuck, I'm not gonna dance. Like, put me in a section. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, because it also just, I mean, it feels good to feel like a VIP.
Exactly.
Bro, I need to
feels
be able to
nice.
sit down when I want to sit down. I need to
Exactly.
be able to like get away from people for a moment, sit down, drink.
Yeah, and
relax.
then you look at everybody standing up, and you're like,
Yeah.
y'all niggas
It's
I
not
think
as
one of the big problems too
broke.
It's
is
not as
like
exclusive anymore.
it's not. And then
It's
there's some
not.
clubs who shouldn't do sections, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't really have the space for it.
That is so
And they'll
true.
just put some little ass table, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, just
now
to
you
make the
got
bread.
now you got the stragglers bumping into your section.
And not only
Yeah.
that, it's just like
I hate that.
you got
Oh
a bunch
my
of strangers
God,
crammed
bro.
together.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no
Press
names,
for
but
space
yeah,
and-
the clubs that be like got them little fucking ass tables and they're 10 inches apart, and you're trying to fit like 6 people at each. Like, that's not working, bro.
Yeah,
And then
like for
sometimes
them-
it's like the wiggly table where like one leg's a little shorter than the rest. It's like, damn.
Yeah, it's because they're really trying
You can't
to.
even get me a good working table.
Because they're really trying to squeeze every last dollar. They're trying to use every square inch to like maximize profit. Like that's they're trying to make money at the end of the day.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
right?
just
I hate it though.
It ruined
it fucks up the
yeah.
vibe. Yeah, it fucked up the
And it's funny because even if you, let's say we told them, we expected them to lower the price. Let's say they made it reasonable, like $200 for that bottle that's usually $400. Now it's like even less exclusive than it already is.
Yeah.
Now everybody can get a section. It's going to be first come, first serve.
Yep.
And it's like, how do I get these people out of this section?
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Hold on.
book
it's like,
that months and months ahead.
Can we talk about section etiquette? Because I did have some questions.
don't get me started. We go for it.
What?
Because, all right, like I love section ornaments. And when we talk about section ornaments, we're talking about the baddies, right?
No,
You
it's
got-
okay to be a
It's
baddie.
it's okay to have some section ornaments in that just are there because they look good, right? But
you need them
you need them, right?
because you
But
don't
like,
want you're not trying to be in a section with a bunch of niggas.
okay,
Regardless.
Nah, dude.
yeah, for sure,
right. You
for
just
sure.
bumping elbows and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, I
like-
need my space. Like,
Yeah, like I guess I'm saying like, all right, if we're paying for the section,
yeah,
should we have a spot to sit down?
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And if I don't have a spot, I'm expecting you to get up so I can sit.
What do you mean?
Unless I personally know this section ornament, like a section ornament is not only just a baddie that sits there.
We know
it's a
that.
baddie that I don't know. Like
Okay,
at
we don't
least
know
if
them,
it's
I mean,
like
yeah.
you know that's my people.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of it like that because like you're not gonna be like why am I like
Yeah,
why are you
I'm not-
talking
yeah,
to me?
But
My
it's like
bad.
it's like
I'm
your
not-
friend's
no, no.
girlfriend brought another girl, and it's
Hold
like
on, let me
I don't
clarify,
know
let me
you.
clarify. I'm not talking about our homegirls. I'm talking about like before we were all single. If we had like section baddies, do you still expect to have a spot to sit down? If they're
Yes.
filling up the seats,
Yes.
are you asking shorty, yo?
If I want to sit,
down,
if
And
I
you-
want to sit,
and we
I'm-
paid for the section.
If I want to sit down, you're gonna get up and
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
I want to sit down.
I'm not
It's
doing
like,
that either,
If my
but-
feet hurt,
Huh?
it's
Okay.
like this section, whether you're here or not, is gonna be this section.
Right.
Like we made the section.
What if they not getting up? What you gonna do?
What do you mean? What do you mean if
You
they're
heard
not getting
me.
up? They don't have a choice.
Call a bouncer.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like,
I don't know this stranger.
yeah, I'm
Right.
be like, you know her. Yeah,
Okay.
like, it's not even
There's
like
gonna
a
be that
conversation.
one homie in the group that thinks that he has a shot at her. He's gonna be so blown when
like,
the
"Bro, what are
bouncer
you doing?"
removes her.
He's like,
What are you doing?
bro.
And
then he's gonna
what's your
do-
name, my guy?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your name?
Nah, he's gonna go to her. He's like, I'm so sorry, my friend is drunk. Like he didn't know it.
Bro,
Wait.
The sellout homie, that's horrible.
Yeah, no, actually, okay, etiquette, this is another thing. The one thing I absolutely hate is if we all bought a bottle, or 2 bottles, 3 bottles, whatever the amount of bottles.
I know where you're going with this.
And someone that didn't pay for it is handing out shots. That shit drives me crazy.
Nah.
Absolutely
That's
insane.
the biggest pet
That's
peeve.
diabolical.
Big,
Absolutely insane.
big violation.
The way the balls on you to just think that you could,
Grab
you're
the
stealing
bottle.
out of my pocket, literally.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of times it'd be women. I seen that happen.
Yeah, but you're
lot.
supposed to let that slide.
Yeah.
It's a woman, and she's pouring for people in that. Now, if she turned around and handed somebody outside, it's like we got a problem.
If she turns around and hand it to another guy, we have a problem.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, only
I don't know
women,
him.
Only women can get the shots.
Yeah, like because if anything else, like if we know you and you're not really like that with us, but like we're cool with you being here, you can pick up the bottle, you can take that little shot cup, pour yourself modestly, take that shot, and get out the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotten to the point sometimes
If
where
we
I'm
let
like,
you come be with us, like I'm not gonna be like you can't have any alcohol. That's just
yeah,
a little.
it's
Right.
gotten to
But
the
like
point.
once you pass a certain number of shots, though, you're on the tab, brother.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
worse,
yeah.
that or you actually invite one of your homeboys to come to the table? Like you're like, I got you, and then he pulls up with 2 other niggas. He's like, yo, you trying to pour shots for me and my boy?
Yeah,
I'm
nah,
not letting that fly, bro.
Yeah.
Because you know what the easiest cop out is? Hey man, look, I'm not the only one paying for the section. I got all these people here. Sorry, bro.
yeah.
That's the way to keep it to where like it doesn't have to be a whole back and forth.
The problem is sometimes you're having a good time, right? And the nigga just pops up and he's already in the section with his 2 men. They're all looking at you with an empty cup. Yo, can we get a shot, bro?
Oh, I'll let dudes go outside. I don't care. Like me personally, like I pour up if you like, let's say Mello, you brought 2 other people.
Yeah.
If they're good with you, they're good with me. So like
Yeah.
if like I would pour it for them. But like I'm just saying if it's like, you know, I'm cool with one person myself personally, and I don't know those other 2 and he didn't give me no heads up about these people, they will watch me pour your drink.
The heads up is important. Like
The heads
at
up's
least
important.
tell me before, like, yo, my homeboys might be pulling through.
Yeah, and how
Yeah.
close you are. Because if it's
Yeah.
y'all and y'all bring 2 of your friends, it's like whatever. But if it's like I kind of know somebody and I invited them, and then they brought 2,
yeah, yeah, it's
like,
different.
those are randoms.
Yeah.
I actually don't know them.
You may not even make it to stand in here. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, hey, let me holler at you real quick. Hey, look, bro. You're good.
Yeah,
I don't know them.
yeah.
Another thing I want to bring up in this section is there such thing as like doing too much in the section?
Yes.
Like what?
What do you mean? Is there such thing?
Doing too much? Like what?
Like whether it's PDA,
What is
whether
that?
it's
What's
like
PDA?
moving around too
Yeah.
much, like
I hate that shit, yeah.
public affection, public. Was that what it? What is
Public
it stand for?
display of affection.
Public display of affection. Like basically you're like making out with someone.
I
I'm
mean,
not a
not,
fan.
not really. I mean, just
I'm
don't
not
be
a
up
fan.
in an elevated
Yeah.
space where the whole club can see you, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Outside
not
of
a
that, who
fan.
gives a fuck?
Like if you're gonna
Don't
kiss,
be in the way.
That's a personal thing, though.
yeah. But like a quick kiss, fine, whatever. But if y'all are like sucking the air out of each other's mouths, I'm just like,
That would make you uncomfortable?
it would make me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If it's like to the point where like, all right, yeah, everyone's kind of
Like you
I
kind of
gotta look away. Like I can't
yeah.
even look this way anymore. I gotta be like,
If it's in the line of sight, it's like
I think it depends for me on how lit the club is.
Yeah.
If it's kind of dry and you guys are just going crazy,
Yeah, that's a little.
yeah, it's just make our table look like we're on
You
some
got all
drugs.
the attention.
People gonna think we took some pills.
there's
or
nothing
Yeah.
else to
some
look
shit.
at.
for sure.
If it's lit,
Uh,
nobody's gonna.
nobody's
I don't think
gonna
anybody's
notice.
No one's
even
gonna
gonna
give a
give a
fuck.
notice. You're right.
Even if they notice, they probably won't care.
Yeah.
It's just so much other shit going on.
Just
Yeah.
just don't come in the section and scare the hoes, bro.
For sure.
Yeah,
Don't
I
scare
think,
the hoes
I
away.
think there is something about being like classy. Like that. I think that's just something I feel
Yeah.
like, you know. But you're right. It does depend on the vibe, because like if we're all lit, everything's hype. Sometimes there's shit that happens in the moment, and it's like when that happens, people be like, hey, you know, like it's hype. But if it's just like you said, we're just it's quiet.
I think
y'all
worse than
sucking
that.
on each other.
I think worse than that is that one friend that, whether they're like this sober or not, they're jumping around, but they're like standing on the couch. They're like vibing. When the swag surfing come on, there's swag surfing from here to there.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
There's levels to it. Like it'd be one
They
thing if
jumping
the
around,
whole
putting their
crowd,
arm
if the
around
whole
you and
section
shit.
moving, you keep moving, cool.
Yeah.
But like you can't be the only one shucking and jiving, bro.
Yeah,
on the
bro.
Too
section.
much. Yeah,
the niggas that can't
you got to read the
handle
room.
like niggas that can't handle their liquor. Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, especially in a section, because it's like
Yeah.
it's more of an intimate setting. Like it's like you and your homeboys and your homegirls. It's like there's always one, bro, that can't handle themselves.
I'm not gonna name any names, but there was one time in Dallas. So this was kind of before it really started popping, and we used to drink too damn heavy in Dallas. So we would pregame heavy, and then you got multiple bottles in the section, right?
Wait, I don't mean to interrupt you. I wish that we were as tight as we are now when you lived in Dallas,
Bro, you-
because I always hear stories from this guy.
yeah, same with me, man.
Right.
That's-
And I'm
We would've had
like,
a
damn, I
time.
wish I knew
He's a
you
different
did.
person.
Like that.
was
like
a
that.
completely different lifestyle, bro. I was literally never in one place between Thursday and Sunday. And even like, I think only one weekday I got a break. We were at happy hours throughout the week, bro. Like it was.
Maybe God did us a favor, bro.
Bro, you guys, like your liver will thank you for not living
Yeah.
around me when I lived in
I
Dallas.
probably
bro.
would have looked 10 years older.
Like
Cooked.
it was just. Oh, okay. Let me not go down that memory
You lived,
path.
you
But this
lived
one,
though. You lived.
I lived, bro. Like I could tell.
Fuck it,
There's
bro.
Maybe we should one of these days just do random story times, and I'll tell some of those.
sure.
But this one was funny because we were in a section, right, and it's like the lights are still on. Like it's even like, you know, this is sunny outside, hasn't really gotten to that point yet, right? And then I look back, this is in the corner where the couch even like curves, right? And then there's a little wooden platform behind it that you could even really sit on and have your feet down. There was a whole plop of throw up in there. And the dude who did it, it was so funny watching him slowly get outed. Because he was like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. And then we look back, we noticed the throw up. We were like, what the hell? Who threw up in this? And we're all looking at each other. We were like, oh, wow. The dude that ran off to the bathroom was probably the one that did it. And then he came back to the section acting like it didn't even happen.
Bruh, come on, bro.
That's disgusting. There's something about the smell and like everything that just makes me gag.
Those cleaning ladies, you never even knew that they worked in that club, bro. They showed up. I was like,
yeah.
where do you be at?
Yeah. Wait, did they throw him out or they left him?
They didn't know. We didn't out him. It was
okay. So they didn't know.
Yeah, the club didn't know who did it.
Yeah.
We just kind of let it as if it was there already or something.
That's what's up.
I was like, that was gross.
You gotta be able.
You have to make it to the bathroom, bro.
Does he typically do that, or that was like a one?
No, that was a one-off. I mean,
okay, that's
like that was a one-off.
It's forgivable.
But regardless, though, if you gotta puke, because I've seen it. I remember being at a Chicha Lounge and I saw a girl puking her shit up right next to me, bro.
Yeah,
that was gross.
I was with you, right?
Two girls standing in front of her.
Yeah,
there was two girls in front of her blocking, like, you know, just doing the, you know, that little dance or whatever, and she let it all out. I was like, bro, you gotta. Me personally, I've had that moment, and I felt it.
Yeah,
and I'm beelining,
the second you feel it, even if it's just you don't know, like, just go to the bathroom.
You're not sure, just go. You can, you know, you can wiggle it out a little bit or something if you have to, but like, just go. You'd rather throw up in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Than at the section.
Or you'd rather go to the bathroom and realize that you were wrong. That like, oh, I actually don't need to throw up.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Throwing up in the section is crazy. Like leaving a whole like.
Everyone's gonna know you for that.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna want to bring you out to the section no more.
Nah, that's not that big of a deal.
One time you get an
people
excuse.
get drunk, man.
Yeah. For me personally, you get one excuse that's happened. Okay, cool. But if you're like repeatedly just randomly vomiting every time we're out, then it's
you can't be the puker of the group.
That's
like, it's okay. Well, you're only the puker of the group if you puke in inappropriate places. Dude, nobody really cares how often you throw
as
up.
long as if it's in an inappropriate place every time, it's like, come on, bro.
It's like, how you puking this much and you're not timing it right, bro.
Like you've had plenty of practice.
Yeah. The fuck?
Man, all in all, just handle your liquor, bro. Know how to. At our grown age, you should know your limit.
Know your limits, 100%.
Yeah, but to answer that question, I still like going to the club, but I'm selective where and who I'm going with. I can't go every weekend. No way.
For sure. Yeah.
It makes it pointless and worthless. It's a waste of time.
It's a lot less fun when you do too often.
And then it's like who I go with. Like if I go with y'all, I know it's going to be a vibe.
Yeah.
But if I go with certain people, it's just like, why am I here?
My frequency is about to drastically drop this summer.
Yeah. Mine's already dropped. I feel like the last couple months
have you been to a club since
I feel like
November, like Yoni's birthday?
Nah.
I don't think my birthday.
For your birthday. That was December.
But even between
a minute, man.
Yoni's birthday and mine.
I went to a bar to get a drink. That was it. Not like a club.
I mean, to be fair, it's just now starting to warm up. So as the summer hits, like, we're gonna start getting invited to more shit.
Sure, but I'm gonna be very selective who I go with.
I'm gonna be
That's
a lot
for sure.
You're gonna get a lot more no's.
Next one. Did y'all see Stephen A. Smith say he would swing on LeBron if it really came down to it?
And that would be the last thing he ever does in his life.
Yo, like, I don't know. I saw a little clip of Stephen A. boxing.
Come on.
He looked goofy. I know he looked goofy. Come on.
All I'm gonna say, isn't he from New York?
He is, yeah.
Is he from New York?
Like, listen to him talk.
I don't know. Maybe what if he has that strength?
Y'all are neglecting the fact that LeBron is dunking on niggas right now in the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't care what Stephen A. Smith does. What is he in his 60s?
Yeah,
probably.
LeBron is dunking on grown men who do nothing but work out and play basketball.
Yeah. And LeBron's younger than him by probably 10, 15 years, maybe 20 years.
But do y'all think like LeBron is like really like like that. I never seen him like
Fight?
swing on nobody.
I don't think it matters.
Doesn't matter.
You're just saying just based off the athleticism,
Pure
and the
athleticism
physical-
and
LeBron's what,
strength.
6'10",
Yeah, and
260?
reach. There's a reason why
eight.
there's weight classes and there's classes in fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody could be way worse than you, but have a longer reach and
Yeah.
packs
Which is
more
not
power
fair.
in their punch.
I
And it's
guess
a
I
wrap.
was saying like my thing is still like obviously like LeBron would piece him up, but it does really just take one good hit to knock someone
You're
out.
right. It's not impossible.
That's true. It's not impossible.
but
Yeah.
I'm on the impossible side. Like I literally would mortgage my house and put the money on LeBron.
I don't know why
Yeah,
I
same
just
here.
can't see LeBron fighting.
Why?
I just have this image in my head where he's just not like he not about it like that. But I will say,
What do you think
since-
would do?
in
so what
this
does Skip
specific-
Bayless do for you?
In this specific situation, though, it is about his kid, so I feel like he would crash out.
Yeah.
if it really
let
came
me
down.
put a spin on it for you. If a 4-year-old has been doing boxing lessons for the past year and you had to fight him, do you think he has a chance?
No,
This is the same thing.
Yep.
yeah, I guess so.
Damn. Stephen A is a 4-year-old.
Yeah, it's proportionally, bro. That's how much of a difference. That little 4-year-old might like make my like hit me in the thigh and it'll be a little
I guess
sore,
I
but
was
that's
just,
about it.
I guess I was just giving it. I would give him some credit. That's probably what he would do. I was giving it Stephen A some credit because like he's from New York. He probably been in a couple fights before.
I'm sure
I just
he
don't
has.
think
He's
LeBron
probably not a
has been
pussy.
in a
I'm
fight.
pretty sure.
Nah,
Like, I'm pretty sure he would fight if shit. Like,
Yeah,
came
like
down to it,
I
but
like I'm
he's
saying
getting
like
crushed,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't call cap that he would. Like people are saying, like ain't no way he would ever swing on LeBron. Like I don't put it past him because he's from New York.
I'm
bro.
on the side of he'll never do it.
He would
I
never
don't
do
think
it.
he would
Yeah,
ever
I don't
do
think he would
Bro,
swing.
he's
Nah.
a professional sports writer in
Yeah.
his 60s.
Yeah,
He's
and-
like you write.
And
for
on
a
top
I
of
don't
living.
think he cares about getting fired. He has his own shit.
Nah, I
No,
think
it's not that. The persona.
Yeah, the persona.
You're a
yeah.
writer.
Now everyone's gonna be like, bro, you're so biased. You went out your way to fight
Yeah.
a player you commentate on.
No, and honestly, I think Stephen A, for being a commentator as long as he has, like, he's obviously probably one of the greatest like commentators
for
of
sure.
all time.
Legend.
I mean, to be around this
Legend,
long, to make all the shows that he's done, etc. But like, I feel like it would ruin his image and his whole career. It'd be like, oh, you're the crash out. That
Yeah, because
swung on LeBron.
like LeBron is probably the nicest athlete or like celebrity like that. I just don't hear a lot of stories about him being an asshole.
No. I wouldn't say nicest. He got a clean
One
record.
of.
He got a clean record.
He's clean.
He's a clean
But-
record, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard
I know
a lot
he be
of
talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I
He
guess
was
I'm
talking
saying
shit.
like in the public eye when he's off the court.
Yeah.
Like I just wouldn't see anything.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, like he'd be a meme and all that shit. But yeah, I think he would be in the wrong if he swung on LeBron because it's like you're the one that was talking about his kid.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Bronny James could whoop Stephen A. Smith's ass.
Absolutely.
Swear to God.
Absolutely.
are
I
you
don't
for
even
real,
think
bro?
I
I'm
think
not.
so.
I'm not saying. Nah, I don't believe Bronny could beat his ass.
Why?
I think he could.
Bro.
I absolutely think he could.
He's an
Stephen
athlete.
A. got unk strength.
That doesn't matter.
You could partner up Stephen A. with Skip
So,
Bayless.
he's gonna
and
be
he'll
out of
still
breath.
whoop both their asses.
Y'all see,
Bro, Bronny James is crushing him. If they
bro,
fought,
Bronny is from a gated community.
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
Doesn't matter.
he was brought up way different than Stephen A. Like,
He's Thor's
so y'all
son,
are just
nigga.
going. he's
We're talking about
Thor's
just
son.
boxing, right?
Y'all just
they're
like
just boxing. They're throwing hands.
well, yeah. I'm assuming
they're just
hands.
throwing hands. Bronny's winning.
100%.
Stephen A would run out of breath in like 30 seconds.
right.
True. Yeah, we don't know how his endurance is. So,
And he's kind of built goofy. I mean, respect to like his career and everything because he's
but
still one
he's
of the
not.
greatest,
He's
but he
tall
looks-
though. Like he's probably like 6'3", 6'4".
yeah, he's tall.
Because he didn't look like a fucking midget next to LeBron.
I think it would be a conversation if it was like Stephen A. Smith versus me. Then we're having a conversation.
You weaving Stephen A. Ooh, ooh.
I don't even think Stephen A. has a chance against me, but that's just
All right, wait. Here's a better one. Who's winning in a fight? LeBron James or Shannon Sharpe?
Nigga, LeBron.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, Shannon's like actually like hurt.
I think
Like,
LeBron too.
He
Yeah.
he had
LeBron's
like
too agile.
yeah,
Okay.
like Shannon's not. He can if you see him walk, he walks funny. Like he had hip surgery.
Oh, we're talking about
Okay.
today.
I was gonna say
I
if
was
you
thinking
say
prime.
prime Shannon,
Yeah, prime.
I'm
Prime
taking
Shannon?
Shannon,
That's
bro.
more
Yeah,
that
I'm taking
nigga was
Shannon.
Probably prime. Shannon.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Football
How tall
strength
is he though?
different.
How
than-
tall is he? Like 6'2", 3"?
Yeah, he's not that.
Yeah,
he's not
he's
crazy
a big
tall.
dude.
But
Okay.
bro. He would just take him to the ground and punch him out.
Okay.
Like, I feel like it's easy to take a tall person to the ground.
But then again, if LeBron was a football player the
The
whole
reach
time,
though. The thing I'm worried about is the reach. Like for you to take someone to the ground, you have to lunge at them.
Yeah.
And if LeBron just just catches him with one, it's
I think it would be an
GG's.
interesting fight, but I'm kind of changing my answer. I'm leaning LeBron on that one.
it would be interesting.
So prime LeBron versus prime Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah.
I
I
gotta
still
take
think
Shannon,
LeBron
bro.
too.
Huh?
I still think LeBron will win too.
LeBron?
Y'all forget
I'm
football
leaning-
strength is different than basketball
You're
strength.
not wrong.
But you don't always win fights off of just strength.
Yeah. I mean, like the reach
The reach is
is
crazy.
crucial there.
Being
6'8".
agile, the reach.
But I'm saying
I don't
even
think the agile
even
part between those two is much of a difference.
yeah, prime
Shannon was like
Shannon's
he was
Nah.
a finesse like
LeBron is one of the
fast tight end.
fastest NBA players ever.
Think about
though.
how much more agile you have to be to play basketball
Yeah.
versus football.
Like I'm definitely
Even as a
I'm saying
receiver,
there's
you're
a big
running like
difference.
this or this. Think about how agile a basketball
No,
player
that's
is.
what I'm saying. Is like
Even
Shannon
Duncan
Sharpe
doing
was
tricks.
not the traditional like
Tight end.
possession tight end.
Yeah.
He was
Regardless.
he can move. Like agility is like agility.
He can move in
included.
comparison to other tight ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say LeBron.
I'm talking
still,
about
basketball
Yeah, but you know
agility.
what position LeBron would have played if he played football, right?
That
I
still
don't know.
doesn't.
Tight end.
The argument I'm making is basketball like requires much more, I think, agility.
Endurance.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's
you
a-
know what? Let me chill because I ain't trying to piss all the football.
That's what I'm trying to say though, is that like,
Yeah.
but because I even took it as like, okay, if LeBron played football, right? You could even say the same thing, vice versa. I think Shannon Sharpe would not. The agility aspect would be damn near neutral.
Okay, I feel you.
That's my point.
That's fair. I still think Bronny's not beating Stephen A.
Definitely is.
Oh, I'll stand on that.
That's crazy.
I'll stand on that.
I don't think Bronny's ever punched anything.
How old is Stephen A. Smith?
Probably like, I'm look it up. He's probably like 60s.
62.
He's looked the same though for the past 20 years.
Yeah, but I mean, when he's on TV, he's putting on makeup.
Yeah.
When you're
True.
rich, it's
oh,
a
he's
lot
only
easier.
6'1". He's 57.
He's
Nigga, he's from the
57.
Bronx.
He's
He'll
57.
catch a fade.
He's 57 and 6'1". LeBron is 6'8". That's not even a question.
And
Bronny is what,
41.
6'2"?
Let me see Bronny's.
And active
Yeah.
right now.
Physically active. Yeah.
Bronny is 6'3", 210. Damn.
Yeah, GG's, bro. He's
Right,
done.
yeah.
He's
Bronny's a
cooked.
big kid.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
he's piecing
He
up.
I don't
looked
know.
tiny
He
because he,
looks
just got
tiny
a baby
'cause-
face.
yeah.
He's piecing up. You know what this actually just reminds me, because we were talking about cartoons. Do you remember when in Dragon Ball Z, when it's like, this is gonna sound so nerdy, but when it's like the Cell games and it's like Cell versus like Goku.
Yeah.
That's like Stephen A.
Versus
LeBron, but then
LeBron.
like Goku puts his kid in, Gohan
Oh,
comes
yeah.
in to fight.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron putting
Exactly.
Bronny in. I don't know why I just thought of that. That's actually
that's
how that
funny
fight
as
would go.
Dang, Prime Shannon was 6'2", 228.
Yeah.
Football shape is different though. Like he was stacked
Yeah.
at 228. Like
Yeah.
if
But
LeBron's so tall, like if he was 228, he would be fucking penciled
Yeah, but
in.
LeBron Prime was
LeBron
what,
is like 260 right now.
260?
Yeah, 260 something.
He was 250 at
he's
one point.
250
No,
right
his
now.
prime. His prime, though.
Oh, Prime, yeah.
Remember,
He
we're
was
talking about
heavier.
primes, yeah.
He was heavier
Remember?
and he was faster.
He was in Miami. He was like, people were saying he was on steroids. Like
Yeah.
they were like, there's no way you could be in this shape.
Remember,
like,
if he
niggas
played
were
football
hating on
too,
him,
he'd
man.
probably be
Hating
another 20
hard.
pounds heavier.
Mhm.
Can
If he
you
was
imagine a
playing football,
270-pound tight end that runs faster than you?
yeah,
He might
he's
have been the
fast as
greatest
shit.
of all time if he played.
He's
if he
so
went to
fast.
He would have been
NFL.
the greatest at all time, whatever position he, aside from quarterback. I don't see that dude playing quarterback, but
Yeah.
any other position in football.
I don't know though, because his basketball IQ is like that.
he does have.
I just think
insane
that
IQ.
there's a certain element to throwing the football, reading defenses, and ball placement.
Not anyone
whatever.
can just do it.
It's you'd
Yeah.
have to have done that your whole life.
For sure.
Right.
I
I'm thinking of him as an athlete. Like now,
Yeah.
granted, if maybe he did quarterbacking from his adolescence all the way up,
Right.
I have no doubt in that. But if he was from what he was doing in high school, where he was playing dual athlete, he was playing receiver and tight
Yeah.
end and stuff. So
Nah,
Quarterback
LeBron is definitely a throw it up and I'm gonna get it ass nigga.
For sure.
just throw it up, bro.
Can you,
throw it up, bro.
a
He's
tall
gonna be like-
corner is 6'1", 6'2". That's a tall corner.
Yeah,
His highlight reel would have been crazy.
it would be insane.
Even
it would
his-
have been
his-
him and Megatron.
His
You see the high school
yeah,
clips?
his high school fucking football
high school
clips.
clips.
They just look like it
Insane.
don't even look fair.
You just
bro.
see this giant running
Megatron was our
across.
LeBron for football.
I think in high school this nigga was already like 6'5".
He looked like that Madden character with the maxed out stats,
Yeah.
running around on the
99
field.
everything.
He looks so
6'8".
fucking different from every other player. Just imagine you in like 10th grade, you got algebra 2 the next day, and you just faced up against LeBron, bro.
Right.
You know what's nuts is if LeBron was in a football huddle, he's looking down at offensive linemen.
It's crazy.
Was he
That's
6'8",
crazy
6'9", right?
6'8",
something
6'8". He's looking down at offense. There's the anomaly of offensive linemen are 6'7".
Yeah. No. It's levels, bro.
Yeah.
I got you, Stephen A.
Can't
Stephen
run
A. was
trick plays with that guy at all.
Stephen A. was just talking shit, I think, and he walked back basically everything he said because he had apologized, saying like I wasn't talking about you as a father or whatever. And then 2 days later, him and LeBron are on separate podcasts talking shit about each other.
I think they collaborated
For sure.
bro. Like
It's
they were both
coordinated.
like, yeah, let's just keep the fire going. Like,
It's coordinated.
shut up,
Yeah, bro.
corny.
Shout out Stephen A, man.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing it forever, man.
Legend.
He knows how to stay in the light.
Next question is would you guys say, well, wait, who added the tipping question?
I think I added that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll ask it. So I guess you wanted to ask or do you want to ask it?
Sure. I mean, yeah, is tipping culture in the U.S. out of control? And the reason I put this on there is because I just want to see if I'm an asshole or not when it comes to tipping. Because I always thought I tipped great, like when it came to ordering food or whatever. But as like a blanket rule of thumb, I usually just go with like if I order food at a restaurant and it comes and the check comes 20%.
That's what I do.
Like
That's
okay.
fair.
20% is actually on the generous side.
That's fair, right?
That's what I always do. But like typically people say 18.
18.
But I think at that point, like you're just
nitpicky,
right?
being a little nitpicky. It's an extra 2%. What is
So, but here is the catch. So I ordered DoorDash on Wednesday. I had a busy day, didn't have time to cook, whatever. I was like, let me just order some food so I can have dinner. And the total was like $12, right? And in that moment, I'm like, okay, so $12, you know, before like all the tax and everything. So I'm like, okay, what's 20%? I'm like, okay, that's like what,
$2.40.
$2.40. But then I sat there and I looked at $2.40 and I was like, if I'm a DoorDash driver and someone's giving me $2.40, I would be like, what the I'm not delivering this food for $2.
I think that's added on top of what
$2.40.
I was about to say
they get a flat rate, and then I think the tip is on top.
They're
of
getting
it.
paid.
No, I understand, but like tipping the driver,
still,
seeing $2.40,
it feels low.
So really, is there a minimum, or like, you know, the least amount that you would tip on any order? You know what I mean?
It depends.
Percentage wise,
not even percentage wise. Like if you ordered a meal that was $10,
you're saying if you order something that was $3.
Yeah, are you giving 20%? Or are you giving, or like, is there a rate that you won't go below?
Wait, do you do
saying?
20% on DoorDash orders all the time? Because I don't.
I always do.
Like, bro, because the way I see it is, unless you're carrying like 2 big ass bags, like, okay, let's say I order $50 worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting $5, bro.
See, but $5.
And I consider how far you are too, by the way.
Okay,
I'm ordering.
See, this is why I thought in that moment, I was like, damn, have I been an asshole all these years? Because I didn't think about how far they're driving. I didn't think about where the restaurant is. I'm just like 20% every time, 20%. And then I was like, all right, wait, let me see if other people do that too. So I just like went on Google and, you know, got to go to Reddit. That's where there's a whole DoorDash feed of people talking about it. And all these DoorDash drivers saying like, man, if anybody ever gives me less than $5, I'm eating their fries. I'm like doing this to their food, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, yo, have I been an asshole this whole time?
I understand them because sometimes you do. I'm not saying it's a hard job, but you are doing the person a service. You're going to drive to get their meal, making sure. I hope they would, making sure everything's there, and then bringing it to them.
Yeah,
safely. Like,
yeah,
I do think that they should be compensated fairly with the tip. Like,
yeah. The other part of this that I think for me makes it difficult is that you go to a restaurant, you order your food, you get the food, blah, blah, blah. Then you pay for it at the end and decide on the tip. But with DoorDash, if you use the app, I have to tip before the service happens. So like I could give you a $25 tip and you could give me the shittiest service ever.
No, you don't have to tip before.
Right, but I'm saying like the way that the app is set up,
asking you beforehand.
Right, that's like the streamline is like, okay, pay, okay, tip now, blah blah blah, whatever.
I tip before so that I don't worry about them doing shit to my food.
Yeah, so then I'm just like, this is such a weird, like I'd rather tip after because then I can decide, did you give me good service?
I consider how far you came though. That's usually my thing is I mean, if I ordered for all of us,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tip a little more.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
If I ordered for
It's hella
just
food.
myself, like, and you drove 1.5 miles to bring it to me,
Yeah.
like, if you got $3, you should be happy
Okay.
on the tip
Okay.
because you're already getting something on a fixed rate. So the way that I see it is, if you came from 1.5 miles and I just didn't feel like moving, or
Yeah.
I'm trying to be time efficient, then the $3 should be plenty.
Yeah. We should
You
figure out
just
what their rate is because I
Getting
don't know.
$1.50 per mile.
I do feel bad when it's like when it's already automatically set when you see like what the tip would be if you just don't change any of the settings,
Yeah.
and it's like $3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. After I looked into it, I saw all the drivers complaining and stuff. I was like, maybe I should just like maybe 5 should be the minimum that I'll.
Because
Because
also
typically when you order on DoorDash, it's like
Yeah.
you're really not getting anything less than $10.
yeah,
You could also look at it this way. It's like, for me, does that extra dollar really hurt? Like the difference between $3, $4, like,
Right.
you know, it just go
Yeah.
off principle, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
easiest way I do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So I guess outside of DoorDash, the other part of this question is like,
Sit down spots.
Starbucks.
well, yeah, like Starbucks type of places where you go, you order at the counter and then it's to go.
Nah, the worst
But they
is
still
when you go
flip
to
that
a bar.
shit. They
and you
flip the
order a
pad
beer
around.
that's like $3-4,
Okay.
and then
You
you
said
gotta
what?
Wait,
tip.
what were you saying, Milo?
What?
I'm saying it's like pretty much like what you're saying. Like goes back to the what's the minimum. I hate when I go to a bar and I order a beer like on draft on tap, and it's like $3, and I'm like, am I really gonna do 20%?
Yeah.
And I'll just give them $2 to make it a smooth 5.
Yeah. I usually give like
If I
a
put
dollar.
that in percentage though, that's like 80%, 75%.
I mean, even $1 is
I give
generous
$1,
because
yeah.
$1 is 33%.
Damn, I didn't even
Yeah,
think about
I give
that.
$1 unless it's like unless I'm at some bougie spot with like a $20 cocktail, which fuck that, I hate that. But yeah, if I'm just ordering a beer, I give $1.
Also, if for those who want to just do quick math, if you want to give 20%, just multiply the number by 2 and then move the decimal over 2 times.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
That's the easiest way to do the math.
Mathematician, Dawit.
I know, right? But
Accountant.
yeah. But the places that I hate is like if I go somewhere to get like ice cream or some shit, like Ben and Jerry's, I order ice cream and then they flip the iPad around and like for a tip, and it's like the options are 20%, 22%, 25%.
That is crazy.
And I'm like, you just did your job.
Do you
It
look
should-
them in the eye when you give them 0?
I always hit no.
Yeah.
I just hit no.
But do you look them in the
Do
eye?
I stare him
when you
down?
do
I
it?
don't, I
Wait.
don't stare him down.
You don't give any tips for those?
Nah, the only place I
For
give,
ice cream?
dude, it's just ice cream. You
See,
just scoop
nah,
the
I
shit
don't
in.
agree with that. I
They
don't
have a
agree with
fixed
that.
salary.
Bro, 5 years ago, there was no option to tip for that. There was a jar, and you could put coins in there, and I know you never put a coin in there.
Nah, none of the jar shit. Like, but I'm gonna still put 10, 15.
Why?
Bro, that's just, you gotta be like,
It's not even going to
$10
that.
to $15 on ice cream.
no, the percent, like where they have the options, it's usually like 10, 15, 20.
No,
But
he's
why?
right. There are a lot of businesses now that like ask for a tip just because of these new like little kiosk things
Yeah.
that they use.
Yeah.
But back in the day, it would have been a normal register.
Yeah.
They'd have to verbally ask you for a tip,
Yeah, and
You
there'd
know-
be a jar with a
or
thing
just a
taped
jar
to
would be
it.
sitting on it. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I actually
I feel bad if I don't put it, if I
Why
don't
though?
tip, bro.
What service did they provide? They didn't
They-
do anything extra.
They scoop the,
They get paid to do that.
hourly
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, this isn't a waiter or waitress.
I know.
I'll tip them.
I guess I
because-
just feel like, you know, they probably don't want to be there. Like, just,
No, you do it because it's a nice thing to do. That's the only time I tip is when I'm like, I feel a little more generous today. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'll give him, here's an extra $2, bro.
Nah, I guess
Get yourself
I just don't
something
care.
nice.
I guess I just don't care then.
But like, nah, but you know what I also think about too? Like with those sit down restaurants though, like that is where tipping, don't get me started on sections and tipping, but like restaurant wise,
restaurants, it gets toxic.
What do you
it's a
mean?
little, it depends on the restaurant too. I feel like, cause like those mom and pop shops, I think it is a lot more, I'm a lot more okay tipping at these mom and pop shops because they're not some chain. Like it is coming out of like one family individuals, like, you know, shit to pay somebody. Right. So I'm cool with them having that $1, whatever actual rate that they're making. And then they're making money off tips. But like Applebee's and stuff, like you're a multi-million-dollar whatever corporation. Your waiter should just be on payroll. But
but they probably don't got the bread like that though.
Yeah.
yeah, they do.
I tip all servers.
I tip them
It
no
doesn't
matter
matter
what.
if it's a mom and pop shop, if it's a chain,
For sure.
franchise.
For sure.
I don't care.
I was getting at like if we were to get rid of tipping in restaurant industry or something.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Then I would rather it remain in a mom and pop and then not in the major corporations
Yeah.
because I guarantee you they make way more money than.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
look what was happening with McDonald's workers. What are they making now? Like $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Remember, like before COVID, they were like, "Why would I pay more than $7.25?"
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They have that money, bro. If McDonald's got that money, you think Chili's don't got it?
That's true.
The only problem is like
100%.
what they'll do though is like they'll just put the cost on us. Like now the dollar menu's gone. Now they're like now they have like
chicken $2.
What do they have? Yeah, they have like that type of
Bro,
stuff.
double
Yeah.
They just
cheeseburgers like
push-
$4 now.
Yeah,
At
and
the
it's
end
the
of the day,
same size.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the company itself they never bear the cost. They're like, oh, we'll pay them more, but that dollar menu's gone.
McDonald's, bring the dollar menu back, man.
Yeah, bro.
The real dollar menu.
That was
I mean, I do
insane.
hear like servers like they'll be a little like judgmental about like who table they want to serve based on how they look.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
they'll be like, nah, they look like they won't tip, or like I hear about that a lot.
Yeah.
I do wonder about that.
especially if you're younger.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the waiters, if they see a
True.
table of young guys come in, they're like, fuck
Fuck that.
They're not tipping me.
I understand them on that.
Yeah.
Like,
I tip based on service.
Shit. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a restaurant, like, and I was a waiter for a very long time. So I'll even observe, I don't want to say 100% based on service. So if I notice that the restaurant is mad busy and like I can see you doing your best, I will
you'll
tip
give
you
some
as
grace.
if you gave me.
yeah,
I will-
I'm the same way.
Yeah, especially if you come over, you're apologetic. You're like, hey, I'm sorry. Did it? You're human, bro. You're not a robot.
If you've
So-
worked in the restaurant industry, you will understand it.
yeah.
You'll understand that shit.
And even
Oh, yeah.
with that, what comes with that industry, you have to understand too, tipping is optional.
Yeah.
So when people decide, which I think is shiesty, if people
They're
decide
still
not to
allowed
tip,
to.
you just know that you're going to make up for that with the other table anyway. Some people tip more than 20%. I've had when I was a server, the craziest tip I got was 100% match, and it was a $90 tab.
Damn.
They
Yeah.
literally handed me $90 like on
Yeah.
top of it.
That's nice.
Yeah, I would say the service industry is definitely somewhere that, they talk about like the discrepancy between men and women's pay. Women win out
Oh, for sure.
in the service
Yeah.
industry.
They
They
clearing
get
niggas.
tipped like crazy, yo.
Yeah, as they should.
100% tips.
Isn't it
200%
crazy that
tips.
people ask for tip on top of this section?
That's how they make their bread, though.
absolutely
No, they're getting a cut of
insane.
everything. I remembered because this was not my birthday last year, the one before. I remember that girl. She was like, yeah, the service fee, whatever. I get part of that. So everyone gets a share of that, right? Mind you, the service fee was like $300 something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's just say that to be on she got to split that 6 ways. She's walking away with $50 for one table. And this is only for a 2-hour portion of the night. And you've got like 10 other tables there.
Damn.
That means that you're making, that's $500 if you didn't get a tip.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
if-
So
yeah.
like, and now I'm tipping on like, and then she goes, but the whole thing goes to me. And I'm like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yo, they be making bread. I'm not gonna lie. If I was a baddie, I'd be a.
and what do you think they expect you to tip on
worse.
a $2,000 table?
I know. Yeah, $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was.
That's
a
what they're
girl,
expecting.
yeah.
That's 20%.
That's 20%.
If I was a girl, I would definitely work in nightlife.
Absolutely, bro.
Like,
they are making
that
a
is
bag.
a cheat
yeah.
code.
And I'm
bro.
not knocking them for asking. I mean,
For sure.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
like ultimately the idea of the premise of there being a tip option on a section is crazy.
Yeah.
You've
What-
already got it fixed in. Just leave it.
Wait, so are you in? Are you still? Is it still 20%?
No, whatever you put in there is optional, bro. But if you go in there, put $10 in there, bro.
They're gonna be
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
they're gonna be heated.
They're
They're gonna be
gonna
like,
be
if
like,
you're
what
broke, just say that.
Yeah.
If you're broke, just say that.
You can't go out like that. Yeah, you gotta be like, "All right, here's 50 or whatever."
yeah.
Yeah, it's not even 1%, right?
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you gotta go
Yeah.
crazy.
But
So like,
even-
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was in my birthday mood. I was a little lit, and I was like, sure, why not? Like,
When
and
you
she was-
actually think about
and
it,
it wasn't even on some like, oh, she might fuck with me. Like, no, it was like she was actually really
a good server.
She was really doing her job well,
Yeah.
and she was cool. So I was like, all right.
Yeah. Because there's some servers, or I guess
Bro,
whatever you call. I know, right? Like if you get a section like that, there's some servers that are just they really don't want to be there. Like they'll just run
hate
over, they'll
that,
drop
bro.
the shit. They
Oh.
won't even ask any questions. They run away, and it's not
Yeah,
even busy
bro.
like
How
that.
do you go about that? How do you go about tipping a bad server?
You
just
don't.
you just go, or just
I'm
go
talking
really
about
low.
at the club, bro.
You just go really low.
At the club, you're
Section.
still not getting tipped. I don't care. I don't care how bad you are.
If you gave
Especially
bad
now that I got a
service.
girl, I got another level of resistance.
True,
I don't give a
yeah.
shit.
Dang.
If
I
you
need
gave
to get a
bad
girl.
service,
You gotta
give bad
at this
service.
point you actually have to impress me. It's gone beyond doing your job.
Cause she gonna be like, why you
My girl
tipping
gonna
that
be like,
much?
why are you? Yeah, she gonna be like, I remember I asked for this the other day, and you just gave her the money's worth. No,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point.
All right, but what are y'all doing if you get a bad haircut?
What do you mean?
What do
Are
you
you
mean?
tipping or no?
you tip on a haircut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I tip every once in a while. But
Damn.
no,
I tip every time.
I tip every time.
bro.
I tip for almost anything.
Once you pass $20, bro, in my opinion, you've already tipped yourself.
Once barbers started getting the whole camera set up and getting black gloves and all that shit, I started cutting my own hair. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah,
Once
Nah,
I started,
my barber is pretty reasonable. That's why I still fuck with him.
like
Nope.
the minute I see that tripod set up, I know it's gonna be $100.
okay.
No, I've been cool with my barber.
100
Like
bucks
so,
is
like on a
crazy.
$40 cut, I'll give him an extra $5 every.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
that's solid.
once every other.
But I'm
whatever.
saying, like, if your barber gives you a shitty haircut, what do you?
I'm not paying for it, damn near. Like I've never had that experience before.
Okay. Then hypothetically,
Or you're telling them to fix it.
I think I'm a still tip.
yeah,
Yeah, just because like
Nah,
for me, sometimes I just want to avoid confrontation.
I guess it
I
depends
just
how
want to like
shitty
I'm never
it
gonna
is.
come
Like,
back.
Wait.
I'll never come back to this nigga again.
okay.
But I'm not gonna address it or make him feel like shit or nothing. Just pay him and then I'm just be
But you
pissed off.
should tip
Pissed off
for
for
a
like 2
bad
weeks.
haircut. Tipping for a bad haircut.
So it's
Yeah,
just
but
like-
what if he genuinely tried his best? You know what I mean?
Right.
That don't matter to me.
yo, I would be even more mad. Like, nigga, you were a
What if he's going
certified
through some
barber.
shit?
Mind you,
He's
I don't
going through some shit.
Yeah,
Mind you,
like, I
they're
don't know.
self-contracted, bro. So like when they set that price, I guarantee you, the only cost that they have at that point is paying overhead for the rent of that facility. And I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. It's just literally the overhead on rent and having equipment.
But it's like, how much is that overhead? Like, how much is the rent? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
I think
I never think about all those details.
They're calculated already though. That's what I'm saying. So you don't even have to think about that.
if you fuck my shit up, I'm not paying.
I'm on the verge of not paying if you fuck me
I
up.
was gonna say like how
32.
bad? How bad is the like? Did he fuck up the fade? Your line?
He fucked up your line. Like, your shit's crooked.
It's crooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not paying for that
It's
shit.
crooked.
Because you got me looking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you're dipping into square up territory actually.
Yeah. All right. So wait. Let's make the stakes a little different. This is a barber you go to all the time. Like,
Nigga.
all the time. You have a great relationship. This is the only barber
Nigga.
This is the only barber that cuts your shit perfectly, just the way you like it. And then this time it's all
I
slanted.
don't give a
Oh, that's
fuck,
different.
bro.
What are you
nah.
doing? What are you doing? in
That's
that
different.
situation?
Like you, first of all, if we're that cool, then I can tell you to fix it.
Okay.
Second of all,
Nah, you can't.
You
If he
nigga-
goes back,
huh?
if he goes back too far, how you gonna fix
Oh, the
that?
pushback.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
a
I'm
It's
little
saying,
slanted.
you're saying we're not homies. He's just Mike Barber.
He's your barber that
Yeah.
you've gone to for like 5 years every time.
Nigga, I've cut people off for leaving me on red. Like, it's nothing for me to cut off a barber for
Yeah,
5 years.
but I'm
That's
saying,
fair.
are you paying for
So
that?
he's
cut?
No,
not. He's
I'm
not
not
paying. That's what.
So you're not paying. That's your answer.
Nah, I've been said I'm not paying for that. Like, a lineup, bro. Like, that's the last thing you do.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna make or break your cut. How the fuck are you gonna fuck that up?
Yeah, pushback. That's
Oh, no, it
that's
happens.
a little different. You're right.
Like,
It happens. Yeah.
and
It
then
happens,
what's
bro.
worse is you've known the barber, you said, for 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
he knows your lineup.
yeah.
Like, how you gonna fuck it up?
So now you're gonna cut off your barber.
Yes.
Now you gotta find a new barber.
find a new barber, or y'all can do what I did. I learned how to cut my own shit.
That's
like-
but that takes too much time.
Nah, it took me
Yeah,
about
it does.
a year.
I don't think I'll cut my own
That's
hair.
forever,
either.
bro.
Gotta go through with it, bro.
Nah, bro, I gotta save
save that
time.
bread.
I gotta
So
save
what?
time.
It's only gonna get more expensive.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the time, bro. For me,
Yeah,
it's like
I get it. It's a convenience.
I'll
It's-
pay to save time.
Yeah, I understand that for sure.
Yeah, me too.
I just
For me, I think I'd pay for the cut, but I'm not tipping and I'm not coming back.
Wait, here's
and I'm probably leaving a bad review. I'm fucking up your customers. Like,
So
for
what
the
do you
rest.
absolutely not tip on? Like just across all boards. What are things that you will just be like, I'm not tipping for that?
When it's anything self-service. Like, if I'm paying for something and I'm like, and it comes time to check out or whatever, and then they turn the little iPad shit around. I hate that. Never tipping for that.
Like you pick up your own food.
Yeah, pick up my own food, or even if I'm like at Ben and Jerry's and they scoop my ice cream, it's like, okay, I'm not tipping you for that. You didn't do anything,
Bro, I don't agree with you.
Wait, but I'm telling you all the things I'm not tipping for. Other than that,
you got a list.
Because other things are service based, where it's
I'm also completely done tipping in sections, by the way.
So, you're not tipping for sections ever.
Yeah, that's never happening again. So like,
what if they blow your mind?
If somebody else put their card down on the section, and we're talking about splitting it, you better not include that tip.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I mean, I got you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Not to derail the conversation, but that's one problem I have with sections is like, I don't get to decide if I'm not the one that put my card down. I don't get to decide how much the tip is. And some people are putting 25%, and I'm like, that was not 25% worth.
I get what you mean.
And now I got to split that shit with you.
Yeah, like we didn't have a meeting about this.
That's like $500.
We'd communicate that though. I think between us,
do. Yeah.
Like if we tipped $100, nobody's gonna like, because if it was, let's just say it's just the four of us. I mean, $25, like when we're already handing over $200, nobody's tripping.
Yeah.
But once you start creeping into the, $50 a person, that's when conversations need to be had.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Can't just that's not something you could just like nonchalantly throw.
Yeah, 20. If it ends up like, and mind you, it's only four of us. Like most of the time, there's other guys with us.
But bro, I'm a tip when they flip the iPad around, bro.
What about at McDonald's? You're gonna give them a tip,
bro? I feel like you don't understand. It's not like the cat. You're saying self-service.
Anything like that, or like you go to a fast food place and they give you your takeout order like they're supposed to.
They made the food.
Yeah, but they're getting paid for that. They're not getting, waiters get paid what, like $4 an hour or something. Like they get paid something really low. That's why the tipping is what gets them paid. But if you work at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, you're getting paid like anywhere from $10 to $15 an hour.
I guess it's just close to heart because I used to work at fast food places and like quick places like that, and that shit does like add up, man.
Bro, when I worked at Chick-fil-A, they specifically said you are not allowed to take tips.
I get that. I'm talking about like I worked at other fast food places.
Oh, you worked at Chick-fil-A?
I did.
We both did.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and they told me I used to do drive like deliveries. Like this was when Chick-fil-A first started doing deliveries. And I started to do that and like do catering orders. So people would order like 100 chicken sandwiches or something. And then at the end, they'd be like, they give me like $50 or $100 and like, they're like, oh, I want to tip you. And we were supposed to say, this is just like our service. Like we don't accept tips. But I took those tips.
Yeah, you got to.
Every
Especially
time.
if
I
they
always
gave you
took
hard
every
cash.
time.
Yeah.
Your cash?
Nigga.
I'm in college.
Some of the customers at Chick-fil-A are hip that like the employees aren't allowed to accept tips. So they're like, hey, bro, they're like, give you a little dap. I used to fuck with that. Like, cause how the fuck are you about to tell me like I love Chick-fil-A, but how the fuck are you tell me like at 16, 17, I'm making like probably $9 an hour that we can't get tips?
Bro, I'm driving my orange coupe that is barely hanging on, and I have a bunch of food in the back, and I can't have any of it.
Like, y'all know the service at Chick-fil-A is top notch for a fast food restaurant.
For sure.
Like, come on, I'll take that. They should be able to accept tips. But what I'll end off is I'm tipping on those. Turn the iPad around. I'm tipping at McDonald's. I'm tipping at all that.
That's just because you feel bad.
But I understand the service. Like I've worked in those places, bro. Like,
I guess I just don't feel
and
bad.
I wish somebody would give me an attitude. I will literally look you dead
in
your retinas and put 0.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to McDonald's if they're like I don't feel comfortable if the service is really good at McDonald's. Like I'm
already not going to McDonald's on its own.
True, yeah.
Let alone
I guess I'm just like I'm used to it being like
fries hit
what do you want?
I need to have my
let me get the fries. All right, next one.
Fucking love
I
All right,
need to go to
bet.
McDonald's once a month.
I
that
love
mango
McDonald's.
smoothie smacks though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
crack,
fucking love
Everything
McDonald's.
smacks, bro.
crack.
Nah,
sure.
McDonald's, man. I just
McDonald's is crack, bro.
On the same topic of food, we switch it to our
Hold
culture.
on, go back. I got one
Tipping?
that I don't tip. Yeah,
Where?
but it's not intentional. At the casino,
Mm.
I always
shit.
forget. I
You're
always forget to
right.
tip the dealer.
You're
I do whenever I'm doing well.
I forget.
I always do it when I
sometimes.
see somebody else at the table do it, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
that's-
shit, I
that
forgot
reminds
that
you.
this is a thing.
I don't even think about tipping until I saw somebody. I'll be like, oh shit, yeah.
I forget
Same
about
page.
that.
Is that in poor taste to like? Do you think they feel some type of way? Like,
The way I
No.
look at it is, you were just standing around before I got here, nigga. Now we're playing a game. Your shift is going by. That's a tip.
You're doing a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Instead
also,
of looking at the ceiling.
also
before I
keep
got here.
in, also keep in mind
They
they
do be
can't
looking funny, like they be looking like NPCs.
Looking
when
like
no
a
one's at their
mannequin.
table.
Yeah.
they can't help you. They can't give you bad advice when you ask them what should you do. They like with all of that factored in, you can't be giving me a stank face because then now I know, because I think even the casino could get in trouble now if the dude is like somehow fixing the game because you didn't tip him. So I don't even
that's
think
illegal.
they could give you
There's
the,
cameras
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's illegal for sure.
There's
Yeah.
cameras
You
everywhere.
can't fix the game in any type
against
of
you.
way.
So like
There's
they
literally a
can't-
camera like pointing at.
And if
their
you
shit.
ask them like what's the smartest move like for you to make if you don't know how to play the game, they have to tell you.
Yeah. So I don't think that
Oh,
even if
okay.
you didn't tip, if they couldn't even express to you that they.
Well, at
fucked
least
with
I
that
know it's
game.
like that in blackjack.
blackjack,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not sure about everything else.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mello.
Yeah.
I never thought about that shit.
I forget.
Nah,
about
because
it.
I was sitting here really trying to think. I'm like, there's something that I always forget to tip, and I always tell myself like, damn.
Wait, I'm sorry that
Fucking
we're about to
casino.
dwell on this. Has there ever been a bad service that y'all gave $0 for?
Bad service that I
Wait,
gave
what?
Like at a
$0
restaurant, sit down restaurant. The service was so bad, you gave 0%.
for? Nah,
I've
No.
never had. I've
I
never.
bro,
had
you can
service
treat
that
me
bad.
like shit, and I'll still tip. Like,
Oh, I gave 0% before.
I've never
On
had
a ta-
service that
there was a
bad.
table of 12 of us, and we all gave 0.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Damn,
What happened?
So this dude was so blatantly, obviously racist.
What was his
It was
ethnicity?
black.
Type shit.
So it was in
motherfucker.
Texas,
It was in Texas.
Austin.
And we all showed up, and I remembered even he walked up to us, and like not all of us were there yet, but like two of my homegirls were across from me, and then one of my homeboys on the other side.
He probably thought
And
y'all were
he walked
Indian.
up and was like, asked the first two girls. That's funny as shit, by the way. Asked the first two girls like, "Can I get y'all a drink order?" Like dry like that, right? And I'm already starting to feel a certain vibe off that. Like
Mhm.
bro. First of all, like you come up here, you fake it, you walk away, and you talk shit.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Just
Yeah, you
I've
can-
done this a long
You
time.
can cry in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't have to do that
all
now.
the 12 people you were with were Abisha?
Mostly, if not all.
Okay.
Damn, y'all
So
made us look
even
bad,
a couple
man.
of my first cousins were there, by the way. So they'll even tell you about
shit,
this.
okay.
So he came up, asked for their drink order, and then started beginning to walk away. And I was like, "You plan on taking my order, bro?"
Hmm.
He was like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Okay, I know exactly how to handle this guy." So I told him what I wanted, and then he did that like 2 other times. But I also clocked how he was talking to the table next to us. It was some white folk. All of a sudden, this dude had jokes. He had a laugh. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Uncle Ruckus.
Okay. So he kept walking away. And then whenever it's time for him to take everybody's order, he would just come over, take a couple people's order, and then walk away again, disappear for a minute. I even called the manager over. I was like, "Hey, look, bro, me and your server have an issue."
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
told him what's up. And he was like, "Okay, I understand." Walked away. And then I even went as far as not just putting 00 with the like underlines underneath it. I even wrote something on the backside of the receipt. I was like, I've never been more disrespected by a server in my life.
Right.
And I was like, bro, don't ever even come up to my table again.
Right.
And then the next time I came to that restaurant, bro, I saw him behind the table before they sat us. And I saw him like throw his hands up. He was like, "Do not give me that table." And I was like, I have done my job.
Yeah, we said it like that's his table every time he goes to that
right,
restaurant.
like-
Do
If I
not
ever
come
see
up
you,
to my
if I
table.
ever see you at my table again, it's on site.
Yeah, bro. Like I really wanted to box that dude, and I told everybody what he was on because I think a couple of them were already lit, so they weren't really clocking
Yeah.
it. So even my cousins wrote something on there, put $0.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Niggas sound sassy as shit. Like,
Yeah, bro. It was some 40-something-year-old man working at a like
Oh,
working at a
that's
sushi
even
spot that
worse.
does happy
nah,
hours.
so he's a failure.
He's like, bro.
That's why he's mad at the world.
Yeah,
That's great. Why
and,
does it have to be a
I
failure?
tip well, and I
Nigga.
was
Shit could have just went south, you know? Shit happens.
Nah, niggas that are mad like that and at that age in that specific position, they know they should be in a better position that they're mad at themselves, bro, and they're taking it out on fucking customers. That's the lamest shit. Like anything I've ever been dealing with, like when I worked in the service industry, I can put that in the back of my mind and still work and then just deal with the shit after, bro. Like,
yeah.
like that's just common. That's service industry 101. Like
Yeah.
whatever you got going on, leave that shit in the back And when you're done with your shift, you can deal with all your shit, talk shit, whatever you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
Because that hurt his pockets at the end of the day.
Bro,
Like,
12 people.
He would have made bread.
if I'm seeing a group of 12, I'm like, oh, I'm about to make bread.
Because even if we were all cheap, you know what I mean? And
You're
gave
still-
$20 a person.
Exactly.
Like, bro, that's a lot of money.
Or he probably just got his heart broken by Abishai girl and he knew y'all were Abishai.
That's what it must have been. Bro,
yeah.
that same place,
Might
you
be
know, that
playing
place
child support.
snitched on me a little bit.
For what?
That used to be, I used to be what I call my regular spot for taking shorties.
So you had multiple. Okay.
One of those servers, bro. Didn't I see you here last week? I was like, bro.
Oh.
Fuck you.
I was like, bro, I will.
Wait,
you-
he said that while you were with the date?
He snitched on
That's
you.
not the same guy. Different server.
But still, like,
Yeah.
While you
I
had
was
your-
on a date.
that's so fucked up, bro, on so many levels.
And I
Yeah, you
was
should have
like,
hit him with the, that was my cousin.
Yeah, that was my twin brother.
Oh, no, I mean the girl you were with. You could have been
yeah.
like, oh, I was here with my cousin.
Yeah.
Yo, I would be so heated if that's like...
She clocked it, but I just said something to get out of it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll never.
Yeah, you can kind of maneuver your way out of that. It's just a bad look. Like, you didn't have to say that, bro.
And
Like,
then
we
their
don't even
food-
know each other.
Their food got trashed too.
Mm.
Kona Grill, shame on you.
I don't know, bro. Sometimes I feel like when a girl knows that, you know, you were with another girl, sometimes they're kind of like...
It depends on how it's worded, bro.
It depends on how it's worded, but I'm
'cause-
saying if it's the first date, sometimes that's like, oh, like, you know, all right, bitches want him. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I think it's
there's
just-
something about that because I feel like girls don't want a guy that
Oh,
nobody
I think
wants.
I said I came with a group before because
Okay.
they
It's a
didn't
good
say.
one.
That's smooth.
It's
Yeah.
just the fact that it's the same place. Like, nigga, you took me
Yeah.
to the same place. You took your like. I can see how a girl looks at that like that's lame.
There's only so many places.
And I did, yeah. One day I do want to talk
There's
about
only
that.
so many.
Like there are. I do encounter girls where it's like you probably take every girl here. Da 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 da. Da. And I do be like, well, where else are we gonna go? Like, there's only really 6 to 7 spots, and my tax bracket is different than y'all's. Y'all in a totally different bracket, so
Hey man, at a certain point, it was me going on a date for me. At least I got something to look at. Like that was the only difference. Like I'd be like, damn, I want to try that restaurant, but I don't want to eat by myself, and I really don't really want to go with my niggas like that. Like it's one of
I
those
understand
places.
that.
There's only so many restaurants.
But that's bound to happen, right?
Yeah,
If you're a person that dates often,
Especially
you're
in the
not
same
always,
area.
You're not always willing to take a risk if you want to show somebody a good
No,
time.
no.
You're gonna take her somewhere where you know the vibe is nice, you know
Exactly.
the food is good,
Exactly.
you know the drinks are good.
It's guaranteed.
So yeah,
I definitely had a first
if you're
date.
active out there like that, you're gonna end up taking 2 people to the same spot.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know what I mean?
It's
I
not
don't
like
think
you.
there's
It's,
anything wrong with it.
it's no bad intentions. It's just like I really like this
you
spot.
know
and
what
I
to expect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like you would, and I do think in a way that you're saying, like girls do like when a guy takes the lead and they know they've been there before.
Yeah, the people at the restaurant know you. They're like, yo, what's up, Yoni? How you doing?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, okay,
It's a
so
certain
you're
type of-
somebody.
It's
Like,
a certain
you're,
type
you
of
know?
aura. It's like, but like he was saying, as a waiter or waitress, don't be like, yo, you were here. You were here. Weren't you here last week?
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
It's your op.
Yeah, we was about to squabble right there, bro.
Yo, he was trying to take your girl. That's what it was. Bro.
That's what they be
That's what it
hating,
really
bro.
was, yo.
They
He was
be
playing
hating.
defense.
Yeah.
I do notice anytime I go on a date, I usually only have like women servers. I don't think I've been on a date where I've had a male server.
Oh, so you just got lucky.
You mean
I'd have been
at-
lucky, honestly.
You mean at Chipotle?
That's good.
Fano, you laughing too?
Chipotle dates.
All
You ain't have no
right.
servers.
That's crazy.
Oh, you can
Shout
have
out
the double
Chipotle.
shorty. I got it.
Oh, God.
Double meat.
Get some guac on there.
You know, I guess yeah. Like when I do, on a rare occasion, go to a sit down restaurant. For a
You
date.
mean Uncle Julio?
Uncle Julio's.
Shit, even there, like I just like this never. Yeah, I think I gotta go to more sit down restaurants to experience male servers.
Experience male.
Pause.
server.
Pause.
I don't think I ever realized if I get more male or
Oh,
female service.
God.
You never noticed it because
I've
like,
definitely gotten the mix.
oh, so you got both ways. Hey, I feel like I do usually.
You're
get
trying to
female
bait
servers.
yourself out of getting clowned on. Just submitted there.
Oh yeah, I had to maneuver,
Didn't
but
work, bro.
I mean, yeah, I mean y'all don't really notice. I feel like sometimes it'd be funny. I guess it's like more so like when you're with your girl and you have a girl server. Is there a certain way you operate?
Eye contact when I order, no eye contact outside of that. I am afraid of that woman. Like, there's times where I'm literally like, I just kind of zoned out, and then she's like, "You're looking at that girl, aren't you?" And I'll be like, "What girl?" And I really just didn't even observe there even being a woman in that direction.
See,
and then
I'm
she'll just
too,
accuse me of
like-
staring at her the rest of the day.
But that's how you know, like, well, you know, obviously y'all are like, you know, been together for a while, but like, I feel like a new girl that you just started dating, if she's not a little bit like that, I'm gonna be like, you even fuck with me or not? Like,
Yeah.
do you even like me?
Yeah.
Like, you don't care that I'm just staring around
Yeah.
at whoever?
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna need to work on that because like I'm like naturally just a nice person, so I'm a smile. I'm a like.
Yeah,
say,
No, there's-
like, I'm
same
a,
thing with me.
There's a way where it doesn't look flirtatious. bro.
Okay, yeah, that's
There's
right.
a
That's
way
what I
not
need to
look
understand. I
flirtatious.
guess
I'm not like a robot. Like, I'll have the, you know,
Or you
and
look
then-
scared, or you look scared. You're like, no, I'm okay. I don't need anything.
Yo, shit, damn. I don't know. There's ways. Yeah, I feel like you're right. Like, there's a way to go about it where
Yeah.
it can still be.
Because I think you'd piss her off too if you were being a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it without, like, you know, she cracks a joke. Don't laugh too hard.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, you're like bust out laughing.
Do not
Yeah.
bust
You
out.
start crying,
You
laughing.
can't show like all your teeth. You'd be like,
Okay, yeah, it's because even roles reversed. If some male server came up
Nah.
and your girl lost,
If you
it,
make my
laughing,
girl laugh, we're fighting.
Yeah.
We're fighting right there.
it'll be reflected in your tip.
Yeah.
Wait, are you wait, so you gonna be mad if your girl laughs at a server's joke?
Absolutely. Because what was funny?
No, you can laugh. You just can't like
was
laugh.
funny? Nah, I'm gonna be mad at him too. I'm like, you think you're funny?
Okay, so your girl can laugh if a male server makes a joke, but it's like
Was the joke funny?
The joke like is it the mouth? Like they can't be like I keying.
Yeah, there's.
It can be
level
like
of,
a giggle, like huh.
It's got to be like a good 3 out of 10 laugh is
Okay.
acceptable,
All right.
and it shouldn't. The duration also matters too.
Mm.
You better not be like because if you do let out that burst of like you're getting the death eye for me because the same way because I know if I even
Yeah, if the roles were
even-
reversed,
if I even did this, you know, you crashing
it's
out.
gonna be a combo. Yeah,
It's gonna be a conversation. Oh, so you think she's funny?
Mm.
And she's like cutting the steak. And the next thing you know, she's going through the plate.
But what
and
could
now
have
she's
said-
cutting through the table? Like,
cutting
you know,
board.
like, yeah, bro. Like it's just like
Any amount of like, what could a server say that is so funny that you need to take a break to laugh?
Y'all be
Yeah.
underestimating the dad jokes, bro. Like
They're not. No.
nah.
even if it's not a
No.
dad joke, like even like as a server, you do want to like establish some rapport. So like you might say
No,
like
I can like actually feel myself getting angry now. Let's
It's
talk
but
about
it's but
something
it's
else.
but server.
Wait, Mello, what do you think? Because you got a girl too.
I don't think I would trip for real.
Okay, if she was
Not
like
gonna
I
lie.
keying, like he was joking with her.
When you say I keep keying,
like
I
her
keep
mouth
keying
is
makes it seem
her
like
mouth is
like
open.
laughing
She's
there's a
her
back and
laughing.
forth.
like
Yes.
laughing
Yes,
her ass
There
off.
is a back and forth.
and she's geeking.
You don't find the joke that funny.
No, he said one joke and she's laughing her
And
ass
she-
off. I think that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, there's a quick laugh and then there's a like
Like she put the
laugh,
menu
laugh.
down. She's like.
Well, first of all, how long is this nigga standing there?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
There's
what
no
I'm saying is like there shouldn't be a situation where you find something that funny.
at a
Yeah.
server. Any server conversation is small talk. There's no. It's not a deep like you don't even have an opportunity to make a joke that's that funny.
Yeah, and honestly, really and truly, like ain't no server that can see me compared to my girl anyway. So
Yeah.
is what it is.
She can laugh if we go to a comedy show. Laugh your ass off.
Yeah, that you're supposed
Cool.
to.
You know,
That is-
you're around my friends. Like y'all are funny as hell. I'll bust out laughing too.
Right.
But a server.
a server, no. Like,
What do we?
There's nothing funny about our dinner date right now,
Yeah.
That's funny.
other than what's coming out of my mouth or yours.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the only two things that are allowed
I
to be that
understand.
funny.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't be too mad at it. Yeah. Don't be like OD.
Let me put it this
laughing,
way.
though.
If she's
So
laughing
y'all
that hard
want her to
and I
hold-
laughed that hard, okay,
See?
it was that funny.
See?
But if I like kind of chuckled and you like geeking,
Yeah. If I gave like a and she's like she's
bro, what?
cackling.
There's no way.
Okay,
It's
I'll
not
allow
that
the
funny.
laugh, but what if she does like the little arm touch, like the
An arm touch will have you without a hand.
That's not your girl. That's not your girl. It's not your
yeah,
girl.
do not touch the waiter.
That's
now
our
you-
girl.
Now
Do
you're
not
saying
touch
they're pretty
anybody.
much flirting with each other in front of you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
that's
is
a
like a
it's little
blatant.
disrespectful. Yeah.
That is the biggest disrespect ever. In front of your face. And I'm paying for this,
Yeah,
allegedly.
you know you're paying, so it's like
Nah, I'm not paying that for that.
Yeah, why don't you ask your new boyfriend to split the tab?
He could drive you home.
If you don't, yeah, you got it.
Dang, I didn't know you guys. I thought y'all would take the other side.
Nigga, what? You don't think I get spicy about this kind of shit?
That's
I don't know.
disrespectful.
She's not the only one that's allowed to be like
Right. That's
unreasonable.
It can go both ways.
I actually forget that. That's not unreasonable. I'm perfectly reasonable.
Right.
Because if the server touched my shoulder,
Oh
mind
God.
you, she put her hand on me. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So-
other way around.
The other way around, Josh, I have every ground to be upset.
For sure. Mm.
Bro, what if he put his hand on her shoulder? That napkin's falling out of my lap as I stand up, bro. Like I'm untucking that napkin out my shirt. Hey, what's up, bro?
Nah.
Oh shit. Damn. I guess I agree with y'all.
Knock the Mario
It is
coins out that
disrespectful.
kid, bro.
That would
Yeah.
be crazy if she laughed and touched the shoulder right
Oh
in front
my
of you.
God. Especially touch his
Didn't
shoulder.
you just picture it a little bit? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's all the way up there. How's she gonna touch his shoulder?
yeah,
That's
like,
even more disrespectful.
for her to get up.
Nah, that's wild.
Yo. Oh my God.
That's
yo.
wild.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it might have to be a 2-for-1 like slap. Like,
Yeah. The way I reach across that table so fast.
He's gonna be like, Mello, let me take your order. Yeah. Can you give me an Uber? Because I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Damn, man. They're
That'd be crazy though.
shit.
That's
I mean, we're all hypothetical.
Yeah, it's a
and
hypothetical
like,
situation.
Our girl
like,
would never.
They wouldn't do that, but it is.
Yeah,
it
of
does make you
course,
think. Like,
hypothetical.
Yeah, but hypothetically
It-
speaking,
yeah,
it just
in a
kind of we went
restaurant
down the
setting.
rabbit hole. It was fun though.
yeah,
I enjoyed it.
that's just her saying she wants to break up with you,
yeah.
but she didn't want to say it.
She didn't wanna
No,
say
I think that's her asking me if I want to kill somebody today.
it.
Like a double homicide in cold blood. Like I don't even.
Right.
I would just stay at the table. I'd remain at the table like this. I wouldn't even.
You're gonna
run.
be satisfied.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
everyone to know. Like
It was me.
I'm unfuckwittable.
You ready to do time about
Cheating on
that.
me would be a last, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and you didn't even full on cheat yet.
It's a preview.
Oh shit. Damn. I mean, staying on the topic of like food and serving, like, do y'all care what's in your gursha?
High key.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, it like you got to accept a gursha one way or another. But it's like,
No, you don't.
this is my thing. If you give me a gursha and it's just gomen, like you don't really like me for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can you
That would be a crazy.
can we
good
kind
shot.
of explain what that is for people who don't know?
For people who don't know, gursha it's a form of like flattery when we have
Endearment.
injera.
Endearment, not
Endearment.
flattery.
Endearment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we have a plate of injera, the person next to you will, formulate a little,
Gursha literally
bite.
means bite
like a little bite of food with
and feed you with their hand.
injera, and then they will feed it to you, and yeah, it's a form of endearment.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, like I kind of care what's in my gursha, yo.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm crashing out if you put beets in my gursha, bro. Like beets are cool and all, but like why? Like I really don't care to eat beets. Like that scares me, bro. The aftershock of that.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
Nah, don't put beets in there. Like, but granted, the older you are, the more likely. Like, I mean, I'm never gonna say no because it is just blatant cultural disrespect to say no to a gursha.
That's another disclaimer that we should say. Like, you cannot
If you say no, you got beef.
like. I understand what Mello means when it's like, I don't know. Wait, Mello, what are your thoughts on it?
What?
Like whether or not it's disrespectful to say, like, it is disrespectful, but like, is there an instance where you would say no to a good shot?
Yeah.
Like, I guess if you're already full, like you ate too much and you literally like,
Yeah, you'd have to be on some like
okay.
next level of full for you to be able to say no.
Yeah. Either I'm too full or I'm not trying to eat whatever you're trying to give to me. Pause. No homo.
I hear you. I guess like,
And how often are you getting the gursha and you didn't see the person like prepare the bite?
yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like usually a mystery.
That's what we're
for-
talking. Yeah, a lot of times I don't see it.
It is a blind date gursha, bro.
Yeah. It's just like,
That's
yo,
how you walk into a party, like some Habesha
And
gathering.
somebody just hands you a cup.
Hey, they already got the gursha in their hand. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
No, that is kind of crazy.
For me, I don't mind too much what's in the gursha, but I do mind how messy your hands are when you're giving it to me because
yeah.
that looks crazy. If your hands are just sauced up all the way up here, and I see just
That's a
like
good point.
some craziness.
At least wipe it down or something.
I do get annoyed when a man offers it though. like
I was
I'd be
waiting
like,
to ask it,
I'm
but-
sorry. Like I'll just be like, I do it because I can't say no.
It's the
but I'm
cultural-
grimacing.
Yeah.
But if you're not blood, bro, like if you just
Oh, no,
friend
I was just
or-
about to say the same thing.
Yeah, like-
family is
You
cool,
gotta be
but-
blood. As a man, you gotta be blood. You gotta be blood for me to accept gursha from you.
Yeah,
But you know that's
like,
that's only because we were born and raised here.
Yeah,
if
it's
we were back
here.
home, we wouldn't think much of it.
mentality.
Yeah. Here it is. It's just we have a different outlook on it. You know, it's just like, hey, yo, but like,
Yeah, I feel
from
like
back home, it's normal. Like,
Yeah.
if you're friends, you know, give
Yeah,
your
'cause
friends
it-
gursha.
Yeah, because it does sound kind of funny. Like, you know, I give my homie gursha, bro.
Yo, my nigga gave me the best gursha, yo.
All right, bro.
Like, mouthful everything, bro.
oh my god, bro.
No,
I gave my homie gursha. It's crazy. Bro. Like, just don't tell anybody.
You don't have to share. You don't have to share that
You're
fact.
just you're a closet gursha giver, bro.
yo, hey, yo.
Oh my
That's
God.
fucking crazy.
Nah, jokes aside, like it's really nothing wrong. Like
Like, I still care.
It would just be, I just get a little, honestly, even aside from the guy thing, really more so my discomfort comes from how well I know you.
right.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't, like if I'm visiting somebody else's family, like it's, you know, and that one uncle that just, you know, I know he's had a few Heinekens and I don't trust that he washed his hand after he peed.
Right.
at some
Yeah.
But he
point.
probably didn't
that's
wash his hands
different.
before he ate in general.
Yeah.
See,
No, that's a cultural thing too, though. Like you not in somebody, bro, that bathroom has a line, even in a household.
Yeah.
So like, I trust that you did before, but like after we've been eating for a little while, I don't know what's happened in that series of events.
It really is a thing we have here where it's just like we feel more comfortable when a woman gives us a gursha.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Something like motherly about it.
motherly, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
also, like, I mean, do you guys ever give gurshas?
Yeah, definitely.
Very rarely.
Yeah,
Okay.
very rarely, and
Very rarely.
usually
I mean,
only
I-
to like
Have you given
my
a gursha
girl
to
or
a
like
man?
another female.
Giving
for
it
the
to a
most
man.
part.
Yeah, I've done it.
Okay.
Like I'm not
it-
totally to the point where
yeah.
I'm like, you know, but like I'm pretty sure even with fondue at some point.
Yeah.
Like I really am not tripping over that. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's especially when that person just kind of wandering around, they're not really eating at that moment.
Yeah,
It's like, nah, bro,
exactly.
you gotta come have
It's a
some.
nice,
It's a thing,
nice
you know,
gesture.
like, but
just don't lick my fingers and don't lick anything.
who in the
like-
world has anybody
Yeah,
ever
but you
licked
can't-
your
you
finger
also
mid
can't put your-
gursha?
Yeah, but you also can't put your hand in someone's mouth like all the way in.
Hey, just
Nah,
the
I'm
thought
just
of that is
saying,
funny
like,
as shit,
Tongue
bro.
curling the gursha.
Because
in,
I
bro?
still haven't I haven't mastered my gursha giving form. So
You
it's
clearly
like,
haven't mastered your gursha receiving form. Because if anybody even thought of licking a finger, like your
It's
tongue
like-
should not exceed the back of your tooth,
Yeah.
bro. Like your tongue is you're just supposed to just receive.
I guess if it's a big gursha, like my tongue's not gonna be out, but my mouth will be like wide open.
Yeah, but has a girl ever fed you?
Yes.
So
You
it's the
put
same
your
thing.
hand underneath your chin. That's the
Yeah.
Okay, the gursha is a
yeah.
monster because my grandmother, Hailu's wife, hers was like a monster concoction, bro. Like it's like getting a full
That shit is crazy
Chipotle
sometimes. Yeah.
burrito, huh?
What'd you say,
Some
Bello?
people, no, some people's like the
She
portion
had
is crazy.
Long fingers, bro. So I just knew I had to
Cruella
like
de Vil.
low key do like some, you know, like in all right, I'm ready, grandma.
Yeah.
You know, like you had to be ready.
I'm ready. It's crazy.
Bro,
you have to
like,
literally prepare yourself.
I think that was the only time I ever like gave like a little skip bite. You know, like it's like I you know, like you know, just
yeah.
That's
mind.
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah, Ein is crazy. Hey, yo. I've had a gursha, like, it was real big once where I almost had a little tear coming out.
The fuck, nigga?
Is that crazy?
What the fuck were you eating?
Yo, Chet, what's the next topic, man?
That's insane, dude.
This guy
All
was
I can
gagging
say
on
is if
gurshas,
you're ever gonna give
GG.
someone a gursha, just make sure you don't
Dawit, why
shove
you
that
geeking,
shit in
yo?
their mouth.
Dawit, man.
no, just ignore me, bro.
I don't know. I need to I need to work on my form, man. Like
Oh, no.
it's still awkward for me when I do it. I guess
Gursha so big that a tear came out is crazy.
yeah. I think also because like I wasn't like really expecting it to be that big. But I don't know.
I'm just not
Pause.
engaging.
My bad, my bad,
I'm
my
just
bad,
not
my bad, my
engaging
bad.
with any of this.
But yeah, nah. But it's important though that we discuss this because, you know, whenever we have family functions or whatever,
Let's stick
that's
to
an
the original
important
topic.
Yeah.
The contents of the gursha.
Yes.
I don't care what's in it.
I don't really care what's in it.
I don't care what's in it.
Because
Oh,
I
yeah,
think the only thing that you would have to put something that I'm allergic to in there, and literally nothing that you eat in injera I'm allergic to.
Yeah,
So,
I never really
like,
think about what's in the gursha. It's for me, literally, it's just if I see your hands looking crazy.
What about cocho? They put a little bit of cocho in there.
In
okay, you lost
Nigga,
me.
I'm
in
gonna
it?
crash out.
Cocho is a
You
I've
don't
never seen
like
that.
me if you put cocho in it. You don't like me for real.
Has anybody ever put
I've never seen that.
cocho in a gursha? There's no way. Because there's
Pretty
even
sure.
items that I could care less for, like the certain,
I'm
like
pretty
the
sure.
split peas and stuff.
Why not? Right?
Hmm.
We had to
They
ask
do?
the panel. We had to ask that. Yeah, they could, right?
They
Why
could.
not?
Oh no, I'll tell them straight to their face. I don't really care who it is. I'll be like, I don't like cocho, bro. I will deny.
You're going to smell it as soon as the
You
hand
gonna
gets
smell
right
it
here.
too, yeah.
And they've, and it's festered from all the personal gurshas that they've given themselves. Like, and now it's in their fingers, and
Yeah.
then now you got like other pieces of gursha taste in your gursha. Cocho taste in your gursha, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, nah. I just it's always been awkward for me. I think just because like I don't receive gurshas a lot. It's like
Really?
nah, not a lot.
I feel like every family event, there's like 4 different aunties giving me one. I'm just like, all right.
damn, they don't like me for real because I really only get like once every couple years.
Yeah, I always do too.
I really don't get
the
it.
trick is to have
like
a plate
that.
in your hand already.
I think
if
they see-
you
bro,
don't
they
have a plate, then they're gonna feed
Yeah,
you.
that's true.
When they,
Say it, bro.
What, Mello?
Say it.
I was like at their family gatherings, they come by to say, try to give them gurshas. They walk by Yoni, just hand them the plates and their cups when they finish.
Can you put it to trash?
I swear, I swear, bro. Like,
Can you tell
dang.
Carlos the trash is back?
Bro, man, I need some love too, man. But I mean, like, nah. If it's, I personally like, it can't just be. I like a mix of ingredients in my gursha.
Yeah, there are items that I could care less for that, like, when you kind of make that concoction, I'll enjoy it more.
Yeah,
Like, for example, I could care less for misir. I'm standing on that. The misir is part of like a whole concoction of like Dawit tips and whatever. Yeah, that slaps.
but if it's just Mr., do you gonna feel type of way?
yeah, because like, why? Like, what about like? Do you like? It feels backhanded. Like it's like a backhanded compliment.
I don't.
It's
agree
like
with
you look good. Oh, you look pretty good today. Like like that kind of. That's like the same thing as giving me
Emphasizing today.
Yeah, today.
You look pretty good today.
It's the same thing as giving me a straight Mr. Gursha, bro.
Nah, you're a hater, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
They gave you the mustard because they didn't want it.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
remember,
hate, bro.
the principle is, though, at the end of the day, they picked something that I don't like, and they just
yeah.
fed me only that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Mr. I'm just saying,
Every family function we go to together, I'm gonna tell somebody that you love mustard.
bro.
Some people will have the courtesy to ask you though.
Exactly. Yeah, I've
Hey,
had that
what do you
once. Like
Okay, you want a little bit of this? A little meat that? Okay.
Oh, I've
that
never had
is
that.
that warms my heart, bro.
I wish. I've
Wait,
never
let
had that.
me make
That's
a little
happened to
spin-off
me.
question here.
Go.
3 items. What is the best Gursha combo with 3 items?
For me, I feel like nobody's gonna agree with this, but I feel like kutfo with what is it, Eid, and
Yeah.
then a little bit of gomen. That's solid for me.
That's up there.
I love
Nigga.
it. Love it.
That is a very, very common.
I
Gursha.
love the combo. It's just great.
That's why you get it like
I
when
do
you
that
get at
myself.
a restaurant, they put it together. Like
I do that myself already.
Nah.
Or sometimes they even mix it into the kutfo.
Nah, I'm trying to think. Dang, that's hard. Pause.
You want to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
Mello, what do you think? You're like you're feeding yourself. It's not about somebody else feeding. It doesn't matter. The top 3 combo in a gursha. You can have any item across all injera items. 3 of them together in one bite.
I like a little bit of probably awaze tips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with something like spicy, saucy a little bit.
Okay, so I was
With a little bit of salad.
Ooh,
I think
the salad's a good combo.
even just those
Whoa.
two.
Real good. Yeah.
And you gotta have at least one piece of tomato in there.
Okay, that's a good.
With
That's
the
a good
spicy
combo.
sauce,
You
yeah.
could do 2 or 3. So
Yeah.
2 is good. Always tips in a salad gursha. that
Yeah.
actually works. I can see that.
Yeah.
I hate tomatoes, but outside of that, yeah.
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 Me personally, this is probably a little weird. Not really, actually. Kutfo, directives,
Mm.
and then shuro.
The shuro is interesting.
It's a very because like it's
I mean,
basically
shit, that
like
would be
bozana
good.
shuro with some.
I feel
kutfo.
like that shit would hit.
Yeah, and if it's not the shuro, I actually would also sub that out with the salad that has the really good like Habesha restaurant dressing in it. And you get like a good onion or two in there, like sliced ones.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
tell
You know,
me it's the
actually,
end,
I
bro.
don't like to mix kutfo with anything except like either mitmita or waze.
Me too.
I like eating it with just injera.
No,
just
I mean
the kutfo and that.
I don't want to do that every bite. Like, let's just say I had all those in there.
Yeah.
Like, I specifically like eating kutfo by itself or with the aib or with the gomen or whatever.
Same.
But like I that's my change it up.
It's fire with
That's my
sure.
change it up moment. Whenever I'm like, all right, let me grab kutfo tips and shuro, put it all in one bite.
I have mine.
It's almost so long, bro. I'm so hungry.
I have mine. It's I think I would choose Misr, directives. Wait, no. No, I would choose Misr.
Ew.
Just say tips.
No. Misr, directives, and Dorowat. Yeah,
God damn.
Derek Tibbs.
I'm a little.
for sure, ski, bro. Come on.
Hey, bro.
Y'all are just hating. Like y'all are potting at this point.
Nah,
Y'all
that's
wouldn't
good.
y'all
Good for
wouldn't
you,
eat
bro.
that.
Misr and
no.
Dorowat in the same bite.
You don't even know what you're eating. Like, take
You
it.
like it, I love
It's
it.
like everything's just blended. Like,
Yeah, you're double stewing.
it's like, what
your
am I eating
gursha.
at this point?
You might as well just make a
So you're
smoothie.
saying Misr and Dorowat taste the same?
No, but they cancel each other out.
Yeah, like you're
There's no
double
point.
stewing,
Right?
You're double wetting your gursha. It just doesn't. You can't.
I think
double
y'all.
wet
All
your
right. So
gursha.
the way I eat Dorowat, I break up the egg and I sprinkle the egg on the Dorowat.
Okay.
Is that crazy?
I
Nah,
mean, like-
people
I
do
do
that.
that.
People
I was
do
gonna
that.
say, yeah,
Yeah,
I
people
do
do
that.
that.
People do
So it kind of changes up the taste.
But you would put one wet with the other all in one gursha. Like you're letting the
Listen,
mac and cheese touch the yams.
A bite of Dorowat and probably a bite of Dorowat with Misr probably tastes exactly
Exactly
the
the same.
Yeah,
It's just gonna
Nah.
taste like Dorowat.
it overpowers the
Nah,
other one.
nah,
same. It's gonna
y'all
taste
are
like
bugging.
mushy Dorowat.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, y'all saying mushy, but like it's not mushy.
It's
bro.
baby food.
Misr is mushy, bro.
It's literally baby
It's
food.
The
literally
texture
mental.
is
Misr is mushy.
different.
Yeah.
But
Misr is
I
mushy,
guess it's
bro.
baby food.
That's what we mean when we say mushy.
I mean, you could have
Mushy
even
has
said,
kind of, I guess, a negative sound to him.
You could have even said shuro.
He's sensitive to
Like,
that.
okay, let's take out the Misr hate though.
say mushy, he's gonna
Yoni
get
will
mad.
die about that Misr, bro.
Nah, come on. Like,
No, I mean,
Don't
there's
say
plenty.
mushy.
I'm just saying that like the Misr Dorowat thing is the crazy part. Like I'm not knocking
Yeah.
you for picking Misr. It makes sense
I
if you
think
said
y-
Misr tips and like even you could even do a Hawazi tips at that point.
y'all gotta
It's
just
not
try it.
wet.
Y'all gotta try
You can't
it.
do two different wets in one gursha. It just doesn't work.
Especially a Kawat. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing if
I
you
don't-
did like an
Fano,
Alichawat
it
and
doesn't
mixed
make
it
any
with
sense,
a, maybe.
right?
Maybe. but-
Fano, you would like it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
make you change your answer. We can.
Not yet, but like, yeah. for
Your
sure.
answer is your answer.
It's your mouth. Eat what you want to eat.
There you go. All right, that was a good convo. This was another question. Why do men give less details when telling a story?
I don't think we give less details. I think we give more hardcore facts.
You think-
When,
yeah,
a girl,
like-
when a girl tells a story, she's going to tell you every single aspect of it.
Stories
what I
that you
mean?
consider like what's it called? Information that you might consider unimportant.
She'll tell you about shit that happened in her day before the actual like plot or the event happened that she really wants to highlight.
Yeah.
So I woke up today and I did this, I did this, I did that.
Yeah, it's
blah,
like
blah,
we don't
blah.
care about all
She'll
that.
tell you everything that leads up to it. Versus us, we'll just like, I feel like
You
The
ever
first
see?
5 minutes is a prequel. And
I
it
think we
literally
get
doesn't
straight to it.
Nah, you're right though. But you ever see the meme where it's like the dude is the caption's something like me having the hardest day of my life, and the dude's like pissed off. He's like, "Fuck." And then his girl calls him. He's like, "Hi, babe," and she's like, "Hey, today I woke up and I did the."
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like,
that's
he's like,
ridiculous.
okay.
Today I had popcorn. He's like, that's great, baby. No, but I mean, like, have you ever given a story to either your girl or like one of your homegirls, whatever, and they're like, "Well, what about this?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know." Or what about this? Mm-hmm. Well, what about? Well, why this? Oh, I don't know.
I feel like, yeah, like I just don't see the need to share everything. Like I really just share like what was asked.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like I don't put any little minor details.
Yeah, like I just can't help it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't care to ask. I was way more interested in the only details of what was given to me.
Is that fucked up though? I
It-
feel like
I think it
Where do you want me to
depends.
go, by the way, real quick?
Oh, I was trying to get the
we
dots
gotta
not even
connect
connected
it,
right
though.
now.
Oh, shit. That's what you're talking about. I thought you wanted me to pull up a link.
There will be one under this topic, but generally I know that to them it seems like you don't give a shit. It's just that like the important part was exactly what we're telling you the story of.
Right.
But you know what though? Sometimes it's coming from a place of not even that you give a shit or that you're hiding shit. Like your intent.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
sometimes their mind goes to a place where you're actually intentionally leaving out details because you don't want to tell me something.
Yeah.
They're not all girls, but I'm saying like
also-
there's a part of that in there where they're like, oh, but what about this? Like, oh, who's that? Oh, what did they do? Oh, why?
Yeah, and they're also discombobulated. Like, why don't you care?
Right.
You know, like, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just telling you what I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also a lot of girls hate that vibe of like the nonchalantness of it, where it's like
Yeah.
you know, like you said, like you don't care or something.
If you're gonna hype it up with a crazy story, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
if it's crazy, how come you didn't ask all these questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like sharing all the little minor details of my day.
Yeah. Even when you ask us like how was our week or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just like
it's 30 seconds to a minute.
Like there's a lot that happened in the week, but
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't help it. But I get flustered trying to tell them the story because you're like interrupting me with like, I'll be like, yeah, Jimmy was walking down the street, tripped and busted his knee. Oh my God, where was he going? Jimmy was walking down the street and busted his knee. That's all I know.
That's the story.
Like, okay, but like, why wasn't he walking more carefully? I don't know. All I know is Jimmy walked down the street and tripped and busted his knee.
Right.
Like,
Did you hear about Tiger Woods is now dating Trump's former daughter-in-law?
I heard about it because of y'all, but
Shout out Tiger, man.
shout out
Yeah,
Tiger.
man.
Who is she? Like what does she do? Is that her only
She's
thing that we
apparently,
know about her is like she's related to
She's
Trump?
related, yeah.
Trump's daughter-in-law. So she was married to, is that his oldest son, I think?
Yeah, I think,
I don't know. His
Oh,
name.
so she's not even blood.
nah, it was like they were, she was married to his son.
They have
that's
kids
Trump's
together,
son,
though. So
yeah.
she's damn near blood.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's less fun.
I know, right?
It would have been more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly like, what has Tiger been up to? Like,
Fucking white women.
that
Right.
man is a snow bunny bandit, bro.
He is. Do you all remember I know you were like kind of young when it happened.
the
but,
girl that smashed up his car, right?
Well, yeah, he like cheated on his wife or something.
Yeah, she got like 300 mil.
Wait,
off that, right?
But do you guys remember that was like the biggest story ever
It
at
was
the
because
time?
Tiger Woods was looked at like LeBron times 10.
Bro,
The cleanest record.
That
But, like,
moment in time is like such an imprint on my life.
I remember
where
it
I
too.
was like, bro, this nigga like he's
No, it was a lot of drama. He was like the headline of the news for
yeah.
like
I thought
that
he was
whole
gonna
year.
go to like a mental institution or something. I thought he was gonna like go to jail.
They
I
were
thought
like
he was
painting
gonna.
him like that.
Well, the way it felt was like he murdered someone.
Okay.
That's how it felt.
and then
Oh,
he
you
got
know
into
what?
he got in a serious car crash too and almost
Yeah.
lost his life.
I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mug
yeah.
shot the most.
Yeah, the
where
mug
he just looks fucked up.
And isn't it crazy even now? Like, I feel like we could, if this story transpired today, it would be yesterday's news.
It'd be like
sure.
whatever.
It'd be like, all right, well, he got
Yeah.
caught cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that
That is crazy,
felt
yeah.
like in the moment. Maybe I was just young, but that felt like the biggest scandal of my life. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
Because you have
all-
to think about how he was looked at, like how he was viewed in the public eye.
Yeah.
He was like the golden boy.
Yeah.
Think about
For
it.
sure, yeah.
I literally thought he was
In
going to
golf,
jail.
in golf, bro.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
talking about basketball, football, which is a little bit hip, a little bit urban
Yeah.
type of
Expected.
sport.
Yeah.
Almost
He was
expected.
like, yeah, for some shit like that to happen,
Mm-hmm.
for some nigga shit to happen to Tiger,
Yeah.
it was like
Oh my god.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then he got into that car accident,
Mm-hmm.
then the court case, and then she won.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, that was a bad time for him. But he's like ended up like spiraling into the depression and started doing a bunch of drugs and stuff too.
I think so. Yeah.
He did. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of happy to see that like he was able to overcome.
He's
all
definitely
that.
bounced
Yeah.
back. He's
And
definitely
now his
bounced
son
back.
is killing it. PJ.
Yeah, his son's
That's
like
what I
a
heard.
prodigy.
That's what I heard. Yeah. Nah, he's definitely bounced back for sure. And then like, you know, all the Nike deals and everything that he's had. I think recently, did they end one of his contracts? Something like that.
Yeah, he lost some deal.
He lost some deal recently, but I don't think that had to do with like necessarily bad relations.
Yeah, and I don't
it's
think it
just-
affected.
I think it's just
his-
like he's old now.
Yeah, like he's still a legend. Like
Oh, for sure.
Like anyone in golf, like it's always those real cool scenes. Like I don't watch golf, but nigga, if Tiger was on, people gonna watch.
Dude,
and then
he-
like when he's
guaranteed,
walking
every time.
when they're walking the what's it called?
That was the only time I watched any clips.
The golf course, and he's walking to the next putt or whatever. Like everybody, all the fans like walking with him. Like that shit is so fire.
I mean, he has some of the most iconic like finishes
For
in,
sure.
in like the sport.
For
Literally,
sure.
one of the Nike commercials. Like he just so happened to be using a Nike ball.
Yeah.
and he hit it, and it like slowly rolled in, and right before it goes in the hole, you see the Nike sign, and then the
it
ball
goes-
drops in slow.
Yeah, and then
It's
he
like-
had all those video games made after him,
Yeah.
right? The
PGA tours or
yeah,
whatever.
He was on like
Those
the
games
cover.
were actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's an underrated game is MLB The Show. MLB goes crazy.
I played a little bit the 2022 one.
I would just go in there and play like, because don't get me wrong, I started getting good to the point where I was doing the outfield stuff or whatever with like my boys
Yeah.
or whatever. But the home run derby,
Home run derby
you can
is
hop
tough.
on there with one controller, bro, and everybody, all you gotta do is push one button and swing, and then you just like cranking home runs.
That
bro.
does sound fun.
Yeah, like I actually have the game on the PlayStation. If we're ever like,
Oh, okay,
we could
okay,
even do
we
it.
gotta try that.
Probably make a drinking game out of it if we wanted to.
That's tough.
You know what else is very underrated? Sports game, hockey.
Yes,
Hockey
NHL?
games are
Yeah, I
fun
never played.
as
Yeah.
hell, bro.
and now like even
We should all play together because I'm sure we all suck. So the level
Yeah,
of
it'd be
competition would
fun.
be equal.
for sure.
Yeah, we don't know too much about, but I mean, hey, shout out to Tiger for
shout out Tiger, man.
bagging one of Trump's, I guess, former family members.
At least you know she's not a gold digger.
Yeah,
Wait, what? Do we know what she looks like?
yeah,
she
she's
alright.
pretty. She's pretty.
Oh, I guess.
I mean, nigga,
I can't see.
If you
I
that
can't see.
famous and you got money and you not bagging a baddie, like something wrong with you.
Nigga, she was dating
There's
like
plenty of-
Prince of Saudi or
Oh
some shit.
yeah, she was. Yeah, she dated like a princess Saudi
Yeah.
or whatever.
I don't know. There's plenty of famous guys that have wives that are
Kind of hit.
hit.
Hey, that
for
means
sure.
they love him for who they are.
That's fine. I love that for them. I love that for them.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to genuine.
Shout out to
relationships.
Shout out to she got a good heart.
Right. For sure. Next question. I think Mello, you wanted to introduce this one, right?
Which-
The loyal one.
Oh yeah, question is, can you be loyal to a fault? Pretty much, can you ever be too loyal where it could have a negative outcome?
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
I actually 100% strongly think so.
For sure.
Please
That's part of
explain,
one of
sir.
the things you sign up for though when you want to be loyal is that it's gonna be to a fault potentially. Like you
But
are,
let's talk more deep, like specific situations. Like give an example of when being too loyal could be a bad thing.
being too loyal, that could be like, for example, like with your partner. Let's say like your partner in some way betrays your trust. Like let's say you're dating a girl and she cheats on you, right? Like at that point, yeah, you want to be loyal to your girl, but at the same time, it's like, there's certain things that could ruin that could just make it like, if you stay loyal, now you're actually, denigrating yourself. Like now you're actually putting yourself in a position where you're being taken advantage of potentially. So I think something like that is like, it's tricky, but it's also like now they've done something against you,
Right. But is that loyalty or fear of or trying to avoid confrontation or fear of losing the person?
Like if you decided to stay with them.
Yeah. Are you more
it is-
motivated by loyalty or are you more, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it could
yeah,
be
it
motivated
is.
by other things.
Yeah. I guess when it comes to like a relationship like that, for me, I think respect is a little bit more important.
Yeah.
Because I think there's loyalty that comes with that. Like if somebody respects you, especially your partner respects you, I think they're going to move in a certain way that does show, loyalty, and vice versa, like me to them. Like out of respect to them, there's certain things I'm just not going to do.
Yeah.
Which then is loyalty. But I think that like sometimes, I don't think more. Actually, funny enough, I don't think it's more so on the guy's side of the situation. In this specific situation I'm talking about, I think more so it's in a girl's position where like she wants to be loyal, and the guy has like repeatedly done things where it's like why does she not respect herself enough to to bounce? Yeah. So
especially
I think you can
like
be
domestic,
loyal
like girls in abusive relationships and stuff.
Right. I think you can be loyal to a fault. I think,
Yeah, and you can even take it. Let me put a different spin on it. Instead of your partner cheating, so because I know we kind of brushed on this before, but like your homie cheating.
What?
And your homie cheating on their partner.
Pause, nigga. Clear that up, nigga. Clear that up.
He said, what?
We gotta clear this up real quick.
Yeah,
just fucking with you.
Yeah, your homie cheating on their partner. You know what I mean? Like, or just grimy shit in general that they do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Or they selling hard drugs, and all of a sudden, you kind of get a close call to you getting caught up in that.
Facts.
But you gotta draw the line somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, cause if I like I said before, my girl knows that I'm cool with somebody who's out here cheating.
Yeah,
I'm co-signing that
bad.
shit.
Yeah, it looks bad.
If I'm keeping my, like, don't get me wrong, you got one grace period. I find out you was moving weight. You got it, bro, but don't bring that shit anywhere near my house, bro.
For sure.
God forbid I got kids.
Oh, hell no.
Fucking Pablo Escobar in your basement.
Yeah, people come try and find you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that like they're gonna be like, oh, I know you're not involved, excuse me?
Hell no. You in the house, bro.
That is loyalty to a fault, I think. At some point you have to be like, look, bro, like I love you, bro, but you gonna have to step to the side. We're not cool like that.
Yeah, because like, are you gonna do time for someone else's crime that you had nothing? You're not making money off of that.
Yeah.
You're not whatever.
Nothing to gain.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially when you mentioned having kids, bro. Fuck that. No way.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of my house.
There is loyalty to a fault. 100%.
I got more loyalty to them than to you.
100%.
So get out of my house.
I don't know. Like in relationship wise, like I would feel good. It would suck if I got cheated on, but at least I know I'm like I was loyal.
Yeah.
Like. So I guess I'm saying, like, how is it to a fault if you got cheated on, but you were loyal the whole time?
It's deciding to
but
stay
your loyalty
after.
Didn't cause the issue for her to cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you get what I'm saying?
That's kind of why I didn't like the example of your partner cheating.
Well, for me, I was saying like after they cheat.
Sam's example is good because
like
he's saying you're still loyal even after the fact.
After they cheated.
I see.
Now
it's
decided
a detriment to your health. It's a detriment to your mental
I
health.
follow.
You're being disrespected by this person, but you want to stay loyal to them so bad, hoping that, I don't know, maybe one day down the road they're gonna look back and be like, "Damn, you forgave me even through the hard times." Right. You get what I'm saying? That's kind of like I think what Sam was.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I follow now.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't even think that's loyal to a fault because you could.
Well,
I think it's only to a fault if they do it again. I think if you forgave it, and let's just hypothetically speaking say that they never did that shit again, like for a fact there's no gray area here. They didn't do it again. I don't think that's loyalty to a fault. I think it becomes loyalty to a fault if you forgive and they do it again.
Yeah, I agree.
Then it's to a fault. Like, if anything you stay after that, you're
because like
it's your fault.
If you and I guess it also depends on how they cheated, like, but also we'll talk about that later. But like, I don't know. I think it's hard for me to answer that.
But can you be loyal to a fault? Like, is it possible to be too loyal? That's basically what it's saying.
I think after they do something
twice.
I
think
that.
Twice?
Yeah.
Doing something twice.
But what if the second time was the last time?
Nah, you gotta stand on. You gotta stand.
Say
on
they never
business,
cheated
bro.
on you again, but your mental in that relationship is never the same again.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course.
when you're at loyal to a fault.
Yeah,
I think
I
You're
agree.
never 100% at peace when they go on vacation.
Yeah,
You're never
I agree.
100% at
I
peace
agree. That's
when
true.
they
That's a good
doing
point.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you being loyalty to some degree destroyed your own peace, even though the other person might be happy. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
yeah. Me personally, though, like if I ever forgave for cheating, like it's because I know that. I mean, granted, let's just say, just picking a number here, it takes 6 months for you to restore that trust to where it was. It's because I know that down the line, I will, regardless, just trust you. Like you're following my boundaries from there. Like I don't have to. I'm not gonna be like checking your location, making sure you're exactly where you said you were. I'm not like, you know, like I mean, at the very beginning part, I'm probably gonna have some like traumatic responses to it. But like one way or the other, if I took you back, it's because I trust that you're not going to do it again. So at that point, I mean, it is what it is. If I rolled the dice and then you do it again, then now it's on me. At that point, we're for sure done.
You're a better man than me, brother.
Yeah, I don't know, like,
because for me, I'd never be able to trust that person again. So, and once the trust is gone,
no, I'm not saying that I'm just forgiving no matter what. I'm just saying like,
I'm not saying you're saying that.
It depends, you know. Like, I mean, because stuff gets hairy too, especially if you're married. You already got kids, and it's like, all right. But there's a million different scenarios that we could throw out for cheating. I'm just saying, in the scenario that I decided to forgive, because I think there are some situations where I would let it go. Yeah. Then from there are the only times where I'm thinking, okay, you do it again, now I'm at fault.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would let it go. It's just like, you just gotta make sure you know that, like, I'm getting my get back. Yeah, that's all it is.
We gotta make the score even.
Yeah, like I don't care if it's petty, but it's like
it's never even though, because now you're bringing negative karma on yourself.
Yeah,
two wrongs don't make a right.
It's never even.
God's gonna punish you for
honestly
doing that.
It's never even also because a dick entered her.
It's
There's nothing that can. There's nothing that can undo that.
Yeah, you might have like tilted the scale worse in your way though, because not only are you cheating this time, you're also doing it to make a point.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be for me. It's not a point. I guess it kind of is a point, but it's more. That's so the whole
like, basis of your.
He's saying
your
that.
idea.
I think he's saying it would genuinely make him feel better about the overall situation and moving past it.
Yeah, like I feel
we
like
both did some fucked up shit. But
yeah, I feel like
that's toxic, nigga. You need to lose this mentality ASAP.
Yeah, bro, because it can't. It's a lie to yourself to think that it made you feel better.
Yo, Mello could actually be a lawyer, bro. I swear. Mello could be a lawyer because he explained your point so clearly.
Wait,
and at the end was like, "That's terrible."
Can you explain that again? Can you explain that again? Yeah. Why is that?
Explain that again.
Why is that toxic? I feel like that's it. For me, it's like it would make me feel better because I would get some sort of closure, like some sort of feeling like, okay,
that doesn't give you closure.
She did it. All right, cool. Let me do my thing, and then we good. Like we back.
Why would you want to stay?
We back, babe.
I feel like this is one of those things where you think it's gonna help, but you haven't actually implemented this successfully in your life yet.
Yeah.
It's all theoretical.
Yeah.
You're gonna go back and cheat and just be like,
I don't think it's gonna give you as much mental peace as you think it is.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
If you cared about the girl.
Yeah.
Right.
If you genuinely cared about dating her, then you'll feel a type of way after you did it.
And hey, I could be wrong. Maybe it does. Like, maybe it would for you. Maybe after you get back, you're good.
Yeah,
y'all on some Will and Jada
maybe.
shit.
Yeah, meeting about it, discussing why we did what we did.
Yeah, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll rain tomorrow. Maybe it won't. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He
I don't think anybody
would
would recover.
Cared about the girl, I promise.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would recover from. You could try. I think you can try really hard, but I don't know.
You don't want
to
add karma back onto your life at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess it's just unnecessary karma.
If she did some fucked up shit to you, let it end at she did some fucked up shit to you.
Yep.
And you always stay loyal throughout that relationship
for your own conscience.
Because later down the road, when you look back on shit, it's gonna make you feel good that no matter what happened, like you still did what was right.
So y'all not going on a little break if you get cheated on?
Yeah, you can do that. I'm just saying, don't retaliate
by getting back into the relationship
by doing something negative. Or doing the same shit.
If you took a break and then you decided to get some,
crazy.
You just never speak on it.
Yeah.
What if she found out though?
If she found out, she found out.
That's your fault.
That's not. It's your fault for being messy.
If she found out, you fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
If she found out, you wanted her to find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like subconsciously.
That is true. I feel like I would be that type. I just want you to know that happened.
Oh my god.
But I don't know. Maybe that's just like.
So quick question
maturing to do.
When you do your get back, do you tell her you got her back, or you just keep it to yourself?
Nah, I won't tell. But
he goes scoreboard.
So
scoreboard.
It's truly for your own.
Yeah, I feel like
Insecurity.
it would be it would be like for my own just
Ball
like
up top.
feeling like, oh, you know, ball up top is crazy. Yeah, just like, all right, like we back in the game, like we good, babe.
So you don't care that she knows?
No, I wouldn't care because it's not like I was the first one.
Yeah, you definitely, yeah. That relationship is doomed after that.
Yeah.
The would you rather?
Yeah, it's actually
Oh, damn, we got to the end?
no. We're at
Almost.
the would
We
you
still gotta
rather.
do the Q&A.
Can you,
Would you rather's usually...
Can you
when
read
it's
that off from the Google Doc? There's a would you rather, and I put it in 2 bullet points.
What time is it?
6:28.
It's not too bad,
Yeah.
given how long it took for us to set up.
Yeah, we started at like 4:35.
Would you rather... This is a link, right?
Don't click on the link. Just read the next 2 bullet points.
It's not a.
Yeah,
All right. I'm reading this one.
yeah. Just go ahead and read it out.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
would you rather fight a silverback gorilla once a year with brass knuckles for 5 minutes and the gorilla is mad as fuck for $2 million a year, or get teleported into an open field and dive bombed by a bald eagle every day for $5,500 per day? You can kill it, but it respawns the next day anyway.
So just to clarify, that
First-
$5,500 a day equates to $2 million a year.
You have to
So
kill
one
it
way
though
or
to
the
get
other.
it. You're
Huh?
not getting that every day. You have to kill it to get that.
You don't have to kill it. You just have to survive. So it's a minute and a half running away from a bald eagle in an open field, or once a year for $2 million, you got to fight in a cage match with a silverback gorilla, and he's pissed.
Do you know?
Nigga.
Do you know what
Number
day,
one is impossible.
Yeah.
But do you know what day the silverback gorilla will fight you, or is
You'll
it
know-
random?
You'll know whatever.
Or is it- it's on your
you'll know.
calendar.
It's on your calendar, and you know what? You even get a year head start.
It's
So if you
Christmas.
want to train,
Christmas.
What the
every
fuck
year.
does it matter?
Bro. Yeah, like
I just want to
nigga, that's a
know. I just want to
gorilla,
know the
bro.
context.
Oh, nigga, I'm doing the bald
That was
eagle,
funny as
bro.
you're doing the bald
what?
eagle.
It's
Bald
Friday
eagle.
night. It's like,
Friday Night Lights.
Like, there's no way you're beating a gorilla.
Yeah, but remember-
single
number
day.
one is impossible.
Remember how fast an eagle goes.
Every single day.
I don't give a fuck. I'm never losing to
Oh
a bird,
wait,
nigga.
oh wait.
I wouldn't even run away.
You don't
eagle
have to
thing-
beat the
Hold on.
gorilla. You
I
don't have
wouldn't
to
run.
beat
I'll
the
let him
gorilla's
come hit
ass.
me.
That's what I'm saying. How many rounds?
It's a what's it called? 5
I'll take
minutes
its
with a
beak.
gorilla. You just have to live. You just have to live. You don't have to fight the gorilla. If you want to bounce off like each corner and run away, like
You're
you
not
can
running
do that
away
too.
from a
Am
gorilla,
I
bro.
underestimating how strong bald eagles are?
I
They're
think
fast.
so. Because those claws will put you out.
Nigga, if I just grab one wing,
Well, okay, hold on.
Remember, you're doing this-
Hold on. Because I saw a video of an eagle pick up a fucking deer
Yeah,
and start flying.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure deers way more than we do, right?
yeah. Like 600 pounds.
They're strong as shit.
That's
And
scary.
mind
a
you,
little.
this is an aerial attack.
No,
You
he
can't
picked-
hide under
Look,
anything.
the eagle's fucked up. He picked the deer up, flew high as shit, and dropped him.
Yeah.
to kill it or some shit.
Bro, those eagles are huge. They're about as big as you are.
And they're fast.
I'm
Can you-
still
can you
taking the
Google
eagle.
that?
I
How
still
big
think I
the
could.
eagle
I
is?
still think I could.
I'm
kill
taking
the
the eagle because
It's a bird.
I'm not making it out of it. And how big is the cage?
They said brass knuckles like that's gonna do.
Like,
Well,
you
I mean,
could-
that does mean that if
catch
you
them on
make
one.
contact,
It's not doing nothing, bro. It's not doing shit to a silverback. It's just gonna piss him off.
A bald eagle's wingspan ranges from 6 to 8 feet, and they weigh about 6 to 14 pounds. Damn.
but remember, you have to do this every day.
every single day.
365
How am I gonna have a
times
job?
a year. Well, it's only a minute and a half long,
But I got to be open field.
but you got to be in an open field versus a bald.
How much money do I
eagle.
make?
Hi everybody, it's Sophie with your
You're making
last
2 million a year
Today
either way.
is Sitka. You guys
Damn,
might
they
be
get this
wondering
big.
how exactly she made her way to the Alaska Raptor Center. to
Still
be
though,
our
see that?
biggest female
I'm
ambassador.
grabbing
We
its
can't
neck,
see it,
bro.
though.
She came to
And those
us in
claws
2002
are like
from a
knife
after
sharp.
being
Yeah, I know.
shot by a vehicle.
So I think it's not that you're not wrong about the gorilla.
She lost
I think
her
you're
back, digit on her right foot.
underestimating
Nah, it'll be
how
it'll be
crazy it
painful.
will be to avoid an eagle.
But if I grab one wing and I'm literally just slamming the shit out of
Yeah.
it, what is he gonna do?
You have a better
you're
chance.
right. But remember, you have to do this 365 times a year.
Nigga, I'm gonna turn
I'm
to
training.
fucking Spartan. after this.
Yeah, like,
But what do you can't train for a gorilla?
No.
bro.
Yeah, but if the eagle,
Nigga, all of us together in this room cannot be together.
Can you Google how fast the eagle flies?
You know a little chimpanzee
Nigga.
can rip you apart.
Face
by both
off.
arms? A
I
little
think
one.
I'm
either way, you're not living very long.
Yeah, I don't know if you're making it through the year with the eagle.
You
I don't
said
think-
he's pissed, so you're not living at all.
The gorilla, you're basically this question is saying, do you want to die on immediately or do you want to die after 60 days?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Just
like,
imagine you finally kill the eagle.
well, let's say
you respawn.
Nigga, a
Let's say you-
silverback gorilla are at least silverback gorillas are at least 7 to 18 times stronger than an adult male.
Yeah,
Nigga,
So
you're
it
not
would be
surviving.
like
but
20
let's
of
let's
a
get all the
day.
facts on this eagle though, because I think we already know this about the
Okay.
like how fast does an eagle fly? How sharp are their claws?
their claws are sharp as hell. He's cutting you up. You're losing an eye on day one. Probably
said
an
a
ear.
Question: if they just free dove with their beak, could they like technically pierce you like an arrow?
I don't know.
I think
They
so.
could definitely cut you up.
No, because it's like, isn't it round? Kind of.
It is round, but with their
They would have
claws.
to like peck.
But with their claws, they could come
Their
down
claws
and just,
are the messed
Damn,
up
they
part.
can
cut you up.
fly 70 to 90 miles per hour.
You're not dodging that.
Fuck.
You would have to time it perfectly.
You'd have to
mind
just
you,
watch
it's
it.
no longer. We're talking about flying speed, so
Wait,
we're
you
talking
can't-
about at just.
can't have
this.
weapons?
Now imagine how fast it's going. Coming
No
down.
weapons?
No.
No
You're
weapons.
in an open field. There's nowhere to hide.
So how can you have a weapon with the gorilla, but you can't have with the?
Because the
eagle?
gorilla's a gorilla.
The gorilla's a gorilla, and you're contained in a small.
This shit is.
I like. Let's say the cage is big enough, like about this apartment size, like this from this wall that way. It's enough space to kind of run around, and if he misses you, you got time.
You know, the only thing that you actually like, you have a chance of entertaining the gorilla. Like, there's a chance you could do some dumb shit and he'll get entertained. An eagle will never comprehend anything, so that option is out the window.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
The gorilla,
Like,
the gorilla, you can try to be funny real quick.
and he's like, you know, just like y'all seen Planet of the Apes when he made that the monkey was just like acting stupid. He said, he's like, and then he just said, "All right."
Yo.
Damn, that is true. You might have like a 10-second like
Yeah.
period where you could entertain the gorilla.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to last
5 minutes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Cage match.
I think-
5-minute cage match with a gorilla. Remember, this guy can grab the cage with his feet, let alone his hands.
Yeah, I was about to say he can climb anywhere. So wherever you run, he could be on the fucking ceiling of that.
But
bitch.
70 to 90, like think about dodging a Corvette
Every day.
with air in the air
Every day. For a minute and
every
30
day for a
seconds.
minute and a half.
For a minute and a half, the bird will probably get like a good 10 swoops on you, probably. Just come down, maybe miss one. You get lucky. Second time comes through,
This
scratches,
is such a good
pulls your
one.
eye out. Another time comes
Honestly,
and grabs your ear.
I think, yeah, if that's the case, fuck.
Yeah, imagine he swoops by, just gives you one slit on the neck. You're like,
Yeah, bro, yeah. Or he like, is the claws get in your
you're running
eye?
down with
Yeah.
one hand
Bro.
because you have to hold.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. They said for grip strength, bald eagles can exert grip pressure of up to 400. Oh wait, what is
PSI?
PSI?
Pounds per square inch.
God, per talon. What does that mean?
Per talon is
So-
each blade.
Yeah. Each blade.
Oh my
Or
god.
talons.
Talon
the
is
whole
like
thing.
the finger.
Each claw, like
Each claw.
God, that's a lot.
Well, what is a human's grip strength?
Let me see.
I need some.
70.
I need some
Something to compare it
context.
to.
I don't know. I just need some context. Yeah. It sounds like a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Well, this doesn't say the same, but it says males 116 pound force.
Yeah, that's 116 pounds per square PSI.
That's crazy.
Versus 400, 4 times.
Honestly, I'm probably taking the gorilla just end it quick.
Yeah.
Because you're not surviving.
Yeah.
With the
And
bald eagle, you're being tortured for days and days until you
365 times a year.
until you finally die.
So you're taking the gorilla?
Yeah, just bro, he's just gonna take me like the Hulk and
Nah, I'm still taking the eagle because
Yeah,
at
what
some
if he makes you his girlfriend, nigga?
Nah, he's angry.
What if he
He's trying to
changes?
kill me.
Remember, those things can bite too, bro. Like
I
I've
know.
I've heard some stories about how they attack people.
But at least I will just die right there. I don't have to be tortured to death like days and days and days. And
Nah, I
days.
take the eagle still. I feel like I can get lucky and get a wing.
I'm not dying from the eagle. I might get fucked up, but for me, it's like I'm not dying. The gorilla, I'm dying.
No,
But
I
do I
think
want to
you're.
live or not?
I think you're dying from the eagle.
The eagle, you're dying, bro.
I'm not
400
dying from
pounds
a
per
fucking
square
eagle.
inch of tensile strength, like of strength and
It's
claws.
the day
I don't
after
care. I'm a
day.
human being.
He said you're
Fuck
not
his
going
400
out like that.
Yeah, he grabs me like, you think I'm just gonna be like this and let him take me wherever he wants to go?
Nah.
No, I'm gonna
No, I
fucking
think-
grab his beak. I'm gonna fucking gouge his eyes out. Nigga, something.
Yeah, I feel
Bro,
like you have a
I'm gonna
better
find
chance.
a major artery. Like I'm gonna kill that fucking eagle.
Yeah.
If he stays close to me enough,
Yeah.
I'm killing it.
So you gotta do that every day.
Nah, it's once you kill
Hey,
the eagle.
No, it comes
It
back every day.
It says if you kill
It's
it, it
every
respawns.
day.
Listen, eventually
Oh,
I'm gonna
shit.
master it.
You think you're gonna get good?
Yeah, at
I'll
that
be
point, it's
talking
just gonna be a
y'all- I'll be
workout.
talking about. Hold on, I'll be right back. Teleport, come back. Eagle just dead in my hand.
Wait, hold
Time
on.
is
So is it multiple eagles per day if you kill one?
No, it will be always just one eagle.
Okay,
One
yeah, I'm
eagle
taking
attacks
the eagle.
you for a
Eagle.
minute 30.
I'm taking the eagle. Also, how much money was it for the eagle?
You'd essentially, regardless, you're making $2 million a year.
Oh shit, give me the eagle.
Yeah, y'all are dying.
You can learn an eagle. You can't fucking learn a gorilla, bro.
You know what?
It's
though?
not about learning. It's about do you actually think you could survive that?
I'm
Day
just-
after day
Yeah,
after
yeah.
day after
70
day
to
after
90
day.
I think
miles
so.
per
I think
hour.
so,
The
yeah.
injuries are gonna build up. He's gonna cut your Achilles one day. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get your neck.
Well, they didn't say you can't get healed up. Like you can't
You're not
go to
gonna
the
get
doctor.
healed up in one day. You're a human.
You've got 24 hours to come back.
All of your
healthy.
injuries are gonna
Also,
compound.
I feel like eagles will get tired at some point. They'll be like, "Fuck this."
That's
a
why
minute-
it's only a minute
it's
and a
a
half
minute
until respawn.
30.
It's a complete reset the next day.
It's a new eagle.
I'm taking the eagle. That's light work. I won't say that's light work, but that's much better than a gorilla for 5
I think you're
minutes.
under. Okay, if
Yo,
you got hit
yo.
by a car
Hey, that's fine.
70, 90 miles per hour, are you surviving?
No, but that's different. The car is not coming down the claw. It's not. It's different, bro.
I'm
about
just
a
saying
rock?
that like it's going 70 to 90 miles per hour. Now look at you're taking 70 miles, 90 miles per hour plus 400 psi of strength to grip you with claws.
I'm taking the. I'm
it's like a
taking
bait-
the.
it's like-
Gorilla can literally just go like this and you're dead.
Because
Yeah.
I think you're
Rip you
dying.
in half.
Exactly.
Here's the difference.
Thank you.
Here's the difference. I think you're dying either way. That's the difference.
I don't
I think
agree.
you guys think you can survive it. I'm saying you're dying
You
either
can
way.
survive a eagle.
So
I
it's
think
like-
you'd be breaking. Let's say every human was in this predicament. If you were in the category of birds, I think you'd be breaking records if you survived 3 days.
I think I'd survive every fucking day.
yeah, bro.
I really do.
I
really don't
agree.
think an
I'm
eagle
not
would
letting
kill
that
me.
happen.
I don't think y'all are.
I think an
Okay.
eagle would kill me like if I was falling asleep. But I'm alive. I'm aware. Like I see him flying. I see him when he's swooping down.
Yeah, and you said we'll
I'll get
know.
fucked up,
We'll know
but I'm
like
not
when
dying
it's
from that
happening,
shit.
right?
Yeah, you're in
yeah,
the middle
you're
of a
getting
field.
teleported into it. But 70 to 90 miles per hour is so fucking fast.
It is, but still.
Like the fastest human for a short span of speed of like distance is going 28 miles per hour, 30. We're talking about triple.
I'd much rather take those injuries and trying to kill it, like getting a wing, whatever it takes, than just getting eaten by a gorilla.
I don't think it's worth trying to kill it though. You get exhausted.
Yeah,
so just like
you're
just
you
run.
don't gotta
Just
kill
same
it.
just
thing
try
with the
and-
gorilla.
yeah,
I think
just
the whole
dodge it.
time you got to
No,
spend.
some days I'm gonna be mad because I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
this every fucking day. I'm killing this nigga. Today.
You had a rough day at work. You're like, fuck this guy.
Fuck this dude.
Me personally, I've taken the gorilla. Here's why. I don't think I would spend that time training to fight a gorilla. Maybe that could be part of like my training to an extent, but like you got no time to prepare for the eagle.
Yeah, it's
like,
tomorrow.
This thing starts tomorrow
Immediately.
but you've got a year to prepare for the gorilla.
There's
like-
nothing you can do.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're thinking as if I'm about to fight this dude. I'm gonna train to be as like agile as possible and run around.
You'll break
bro,
his
'cause,
ankles.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they're very agile.
They're so fast.
Yeah, they're super fast.
It looks
but you
fake.
got a year to train. You got to all you got to do. Let me put it this way: you just got to survive one gorilla attack. So if you survive it once, I think you got it from there.
That's like me putting you in a plane. You just have to survive one plane crash.
yeah, like
Yeah, but like, how about 365 plane crashes with claws coming
Or
at you?
365 car crashes versus a plane crash. That's almost kind of a good comparison.
That is a good
yeah,
comparison.
yeah.
Yeah. I do think you're dying no matter what.
Yeah, I think one way or the other, the gorilla's gonna get me. Even if I'm at full like training capacity, I think it's gonna get me.
It's just like knowing how easily a gorilla could fuck us up. Like
I just think that
That's
I have.
just a scary death too. At the same time,
Yeah, like, oh my
to
God.
see a fucking gorilla in front of you and you know you're about to die. You have no idea how he's about to kill you.
Mind you, he's pissed off.
Yeah, bro. Like,
You have no idea if he's gonna bite stuff off of you first or if he's gonna swing. I personally, though, I'm taking the gorilla just because I'm thinking in the sense of finesse. I'm not thinking of the sense of like fighting this dude.
you really think you can fucking juke a gorilla?
He's gonna break his ankles.
I think y'all are
You think you
underestimating.
Tyreek Hill, bro? Tyreek Hill not even getting away from a gorilla.
I don't know. I think y'all are underestimating how fast this eagle thing is.
It can be
Nah,
as fast
fuck
as it
the
wants.
eagle,
The
bro.
eagle can hit
We're
you.
talking
I don't
about the
care how fast
gorilla. Y'all are not out. Y'all are not getting away from a gorilla.
Mind you,
Once.
this eagle hunts fast animals.
Okay, but the minute you get control of a wing, you already have it like in a vulnerable position. All
the
you got to
day.
do then is fucking, bro. I'm with Mello. Like, I'm not letting that happen. I'm not being eaten by an
You
eagle.
have a
bro.
chance
beat.
for the day.
Grab
You
that
have
fucking beat.
364 times to go.
You're not catching a wing
For
at
the
90 miles
year.
per hour. You're just not catching a wing at 90 miles per
not.
hour, dude.
No, but he has to make some type of contact to inflict damage, right?
Like
so
his
to
claws.
some degree,
His claws, probably.
he's yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that.
Yeah.
Like I know at some point he has to touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might fail a few times, but I'm gonna catch him one of those times.
I would feel a lot more comfortable with the eagle if we said once a month. But
train
every
for it.
day, 365. Like, I'm even
exhausting.
thinking of the mental torture. Like, when I make it that day, I go home, I get to,
Fuck, I gotta-
I have sex with my girl. Like, I have food, I chilled. And then I'm like, damn, 6 a.m. sharp. I gotta
fucking eagle.
avoid America.
It's fucking eagle.
America's bird.
Just swooping in.
yeah, you know what I mean?
At some
imagine,
point,
imagine
yeah.
the gorilla takes you and he just literally just smushes your head. Like,
Yeah, but you'd be done. That's it. Like, whenever that gorilla
that's
makes
fine.
contact, it's not gonna last long.
That's what I'm saying. The minute he just
that.
like grab, bro, it's over, bro.
Yeah, you're not gonna last long with the gorilla. At least I know I'll die a quick death. You're gonna be in the air talking about like this, in his day 7. You know what I mean? Then he's gonna drop you, and now you gotta feel yourself drop to the ground.
True.
He did it to a deer. You don't think deer are fast? Are you as fast as a deer? We're probably smarter than deer. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. That is crazy that it fucking picked up a deer though.
Yeah.
So me personally, I'm taking the gorilla. I'm gonna take my chances. I know that I got one day that year I got to worry about, and then I'm good for another year.
You?
True. I'm taking the gorilla because I think you die either way.
Yeah.
And I'm not about to be tortured for the rest of my life.
Give me the eagle, man.
I'm taking the eagle, man.
Give me the fucking
Nah,
eagle.
man. Shout out Harambe, yo. R.I.P.
Oh yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe.
R.I.P.
yo.
Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe.
The fact that y'all think you can juke a gorilla is
Why do you keep saying
asinine.
y'all think you can juke? I don't think
Oh, I mean,
you can.
doubt
do
it.
that.
You think
I
you
think
can
you're going to
get
die.
I
away?
don't think that I can juke a gorilla. I think I have a better chance against a gorilla with a year's training versus like, all right, these are your options. Oh, okay. You want the eagle? You start tomorrow. Huh?
Nah, give me the equal. That was a good would you rather, because that I was literally thinking about every possible situation, but I'm not letting a bird fucking kill me. Fuck that.
I have a good would you rather, but we'll save it for the next pod.
Yeah, we can
And
save
I'll
it.
give y'all some time to think about it because you're gonna need it.
We got our newest segment of the pod now. I'm still thinking of a name to call it. I guess I was thinking we could call it like Ask WeSoCultured.
Yeah. We can do that.
Q&As. You guys
That's
submit your questions to us and we answer them. I give you a little shout out. This one was a good one. Let me see who it was. So this is from @Mikal_2127 asked us, would you rather date someone who's obsessed with you but boring, or someone exciting but emotionally unavailable?
The first.
Obsessed and
What
boring.
was the first one? Obsessed with you and boring.
Yeah, obsessed with you but boring.
Yeah, I don't really need a.
Do our morals and values align?
Yeah,
That's all that fucking
I don't need
matters,
you to be
bro.
interesting, and I need to know that you're absolutely in love with me.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
all you got to do.
What do you think, Dawit?
I'm real torn because like
Me too.
there's something about even that boring girl or whatever. that can also even kind of be funny in its own way. But like, the boring part is a little too vague. Does that mean if like I want to travel somewhere, you're gonna be like, you know, like that's when
Fuck outta here.
the line kind of changes. If I want to go do this, and I'm not the most adventurous person ever, so for me to consider you boring,
you hella boring.
you are like, I would rather go to Virginia Beach and count every single grain of sand
right.
than hang out with you. That's crazy.
But does
like-
that mean necessarily that like you can't do shit?
Yeah, but I feel like on those travel things though, like I want to go with my girl, bro. At that point,
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why are we saying you can't do that?
I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm saying she can't. Like she
No,
can't
she
do that
might-
because she's boring.
Boring doesn't mean you're not doing anything. You're just boring. They might be willing to
That's
go
why
with
I'm-
you.
that's why
they
I'm
just might
questioning.
not add much value. They're not going to be looking up itineraries.
They're
and-
ornament.
No, but calling it
Ornament.
boring is what makes it like, you know, that's a little vague is what I was getting at. Like,
Right,
how do
right,
I
right,
know?
right.
What do you mean by boring? Does that mean that you won't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
anything too? Now, if it's just your personality, kind of, all right, cool. Like, you know, is sex bad too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if she's obsessed with me, that's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, but also like the way I'm looking at it, obsessed can be good and bad. Like she could be at your door at fucking 4 a.m. like have pictures of you on the wall on some crazy shit, like wanting to go through your phone.
That's fine.
Well, I think that we're too far into the obsessed column.
I don't know.
I don't think it has
I
to be
think that's
that
fine.
obsessed.
I think that's
You
fine.
think that's yeah, nigga? You crazy? Like,
I mean, do you love me or not?
And what was the other option? Exciting and what?
exciting but emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Yeah. What
Oh,
the
we're
fuck is
just
That's
that?
gonna
dating,
piss me
right?
off.
Like I'm not
Yeah,
marrying this
it's
person,
saying
so sure.
it's that he said, "Would you rather date?" Or she said, "Would you rather date someone?" So
Oh, if we're talking about just dating at that point, like I'm gonna choose the exciting but emotional, and that's because
Me
I'm
too.
not. I don't see a future with you anyway, and we're just dating. That's cool.
I'm gonna choose the exciting but emotionally unavailable because it's like if we're just dating, like
Then I'm gonna be emotionally unavailable too.
yeah, and they're probably like real. You know, they're probably good at what they do.
Yeah, but what's exciting?
We're
about
emotionally
them?
unavailable together.
What does it
Exactly.
even mean when your girl's exciting? I think that's the part that I'm like confused about. What the fuck does that
What do
mean?
you need to be exciting for?
What is an exciting girlfriend? Like
Good question.
Exciting?
Good personality.
Are you mean? Do you mean thrilling? Like you every day you're like I don't know what she's gonna do next. Like what the
I
fuck
think
is
if
she
you
think
do
doing?
it-
I think like
Actually, like
spontaneous.
spontaneous? Yeah,
I can see that being
Outgoing.
exhausting. Actually, I'm gonna because like. Never mind. Let me be careful. But like me personally, if I have to pick between the two, like I might take the boring avenue. I'm
What's
exciting
exciting?
enough for myself.
That's
and I
my
also
thing.
like being
I
boring
guess,
too.
yeah.
Sometimes, like I like doing nothing, so I'll deal with that, knowing that I'm just a little scared of the obsessed word.
I think
Yeah,
we
me
can.
too.
I think if we can define exciting, then maybe I'll feel a little more clear.
Spontaneous, adventurous, outgoing.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Let's use
spontaneous
those.
to scare me too.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
like it's okay to be spontaneous at times, and that's
babe, let's go to Paris.
That's fine.
Oh.
That's fine with me.
yeah. I don't know.
No,
who-
that's not a scary.
Big baller, big baller, big baller over here.
But that's not a scary spontaneous. I feel like there can be.
I
scary
guess what I'm
spontaneous
saying, that's not
things,
scary,
you know?
but it can be an annoying spontaneous. Like, let's
Yeah.
go on a 5-mile hike.
that annoys me.
It's 6
That annoys
a.m.
you?
Get up.
That annoys you? See, I'd be fine with that. I would be weird about spontaneous things like, I don't know. She pulled out like a fucking dildo or something in bed, and she's like,
Oh
you
well,
know.
fucking hey, yo,
That's,
yeah,
see, that's scary.
crazy.
Surprise,
That's
surprise.
scary
That's a
spontaneous.
surprise, surprise.
Yeah, but when you see that's what I think of when you start saying exciting. It's like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Because I don't want that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's.
I don't think that's exciting.
No, I think what he's getting at though is that like
See.
she could up and leave and go do stuff for
Okay.
whatever period of
I don't think
time
that's exciting.
without continuing to communicate with you, and then just come back and be like, "What? What's the
Right.
problem? What's
See,
the
that's
issue? I was just
exactly-
having fun. I was just
Exactly.
doing." That's the shit that where I'd be like, like,
Ooh, also though,
Exactly.
I would much rather, for this specific question, hypothetically, I would rather date someone who's exciting but emotionally unavailable, because the breakup process will be so easy. Like,
I
like
would've-
fuck out of here. Like, someone's obsessed with you, bro, and you try and end that. It's a whole process, bro.
yeah, that's true.
Fuck that. Like,
Why are you dating them then?
I can move on.
this
from,
is just for the question. Is the
Yeah.
would you rather? So it's
Yeah.
like hypothetically, bro. Like, I'm a date give me the exciting but emotionally unavailable. I don't gotta.
You know what?
It's not
I'm
a lot of
teetering
work.
too much. I'm gonna stick on the exciting but emotionally unavailable.
Thank you, Dawit.
because
That's
I
fine.
can leave that. Because if I catch that you're there, I can be there too.
For sure.
cool.
Easy.
Y'all are
We can
both
do
petty.
that.
Y'all are both petty. I feel like I would just be like, this is a waste of time. Like,
Yeah, same with me.
I'll
I
just
mean,
fuck- I'll
usually
just
I'm
fuck
not
you
But
and
dating.
leave.
you're there having a good time. You're dating. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
but
like,
see, I
she's
wouldn't-
exciting. You
but
don't
see,
want to
I,
leave.
but see, I
She's
just wouldn't.
exciting.
I just wouldn't date her. That's the thing. I think that's the difference.
Yeah,
I
same
just
with
wouldn't
me.
date her.
All right, that's fair.
Well,
I'd
I guess
hit.
what's the definition of dating is like, you know,
Exclusive.
Exclusive. If I'm exclusively dating somebody who's emotionally unavailable but exciting, it's because you're enough on your own, and I don't have the capacity for anybody else.
When you say it
Not
out
because
loud,
I'm
it does
loyal.
sound crazy.
If I'm exclusive with somebody who's excited, but
Yeah, like if
emotionally
you're-
unavailable.
when you
Yeah.
say that shit out loud, I'm like, wait, hold on.
But that's
Yeah, it
that's the
sounds-
reason why I would be exclusively dating you, not because
Absolutely.
I'm like this is going to be my future wife.
Insane.
No, you will never. Bro, what? Think about how much money you about to spend on a ring. You gonna give that to somebody who's emotionally unavailable?
It's just too much of a headache.
No.
for me.
Yeah. So personally, for me, yeah, I'll date them, but like it doesn't
Emotionally
mean I see a
unavailable
future.
means they would reject you even if you tried to get into a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even get to the point of presenting a ring to that person.
That's
Like,
actually
you'd never
exactly
even
why.
get to that point with them.
yeah.
That's actually exactly why I would date that person.
You wouldn't
rather
even.
than
You
the
wouldn't
boring
be able
person.
to develop any kind of bond if you're having a bad day. She's not even going to understand how to console you.
Now, keep in mind,
You just.
I don't
That's
know.
it.
how do you
Sometimes
get
you
attached
could
to
look.
somebody who bores you? How do you get attached to somebody who bores you? Just because they're obsessed with you?
Thank
I don't need to be attached.
Just because they're boring doesn't mean they bore you. You get what I'm saying? Like
okay,
my
I
girl
think
can
that's
be
what the
boring, but I
question's
can still
asking,
love
though.
everything
That's
about
true.
her. And we have.
No, but I think that's what the
get what
question's
you're
asking.
I just have to put
Yeah.
in more effort for us to have a good time together.
I get what you're saying, but I think for the question,
Yeah,
for the
she's
sake of the
boring,
question,
like,
it's saying
she's
that like
fucking
she's
boring.
boring,
boring
to
to
you,
you.
and she's obsessed. Like, how do you scare me and make me want to go to sleep when you talk?
Like someone asks you, like, oh,
Like
so like
that,
tell me
like
about
that.
your girl, and you're like, she's okay. Like that's
She's
your answer
cool.
because she's
Yeah,
so
that-
like.
that-
So how does she get to becoming your girl?
It's just
From the first
hypothetical.
place.
it's just a
like,
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like,
So
wh-
obviously,
which one would
whatever
you
other
date?
things that she has to offer
Yeah.
are that lit, right? Where the boring aspect of her is not that serious, or you wouldn't even be in a
I
relationship.
mean,
from
maybe
the
you
first
didn't
place.
realize she was. You know what I mean? Like that's something that, like, as you dated her, then you start realizing you're kind of a loser, aren't you?
But if it took that long to realize that person's not that boring, then right? You've had to some degree, you guys have been having a good time. That's why you're at where you're at.
well, maybe. I mean, I think now we're like digging into it, but like the hypothetical. But I think that if you're dating her, sometimes people will get into a relationship just because to be in a relationship.
For sure,
There's
just
people
for
who
the
will
plot.
just right. Like some people just want to be in one.
And I mean,
Maybe that's why it started.
Sometimes I even gave
don't
grace when I was dating that, like, you know, they came off a little boring in the beginning, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's the comfort level, right? And then as you date more and more and more, and then you realize you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm trying to think of it like that. So, you know, I've given grace before because they were super sweet. They got their own thing going on. They're
Yeah.
cool, whatever. They're kind. Like, yeah, then that's the boxes. I don't have necessarily a fun box, but eventually the checkbox for fun is going to matter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
something,
So
yeah.
that's why I say that.
Maybe something's wrong with me then. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just don't. I'm not gonna say.
Nigga, say it.
I think most girls are boring. I think that's the problem.
For us, we can like have fun doing just like nothing.
I mean,
Like,
we're
to me-
sitting here talking for 2
Yeah.
hours on a microphone.
Like to me, if I sit and play video games, that's exciting.
Yeah.
But like for a girl, she'd just be like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
this?"
like they
Yeah.
will never understand. I think for a lot of girls,
It's
they
just-
gotta like plan out the fun.
yeah, you know.
no, that's a
Even
whole-
if somebody's
that's
boring, though, there's always something that they enjoy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that person could be boring to you, but you got to kind of maybe like
Maybe
mind
find
fuck
out.
yourself to like participate in something that they enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm standing on that. I'll take the exciting but emotionally unavailable. I don't
Next,
care. You but like, bro, what? I only have so much time on my hands. You're not about to bore me to death.
I agree. Next question was from everyone hating on Mickey. Asks, why are Ethiopian parents, especially aunts, so judgmental? Seemed a little personal for him.
That sounded personal as hell.
What
They
did he
don't have
say?
anything better to
He
do.
asked, basically he asked, wait, I think I said the name wrong. Oh, no. I said it right. At everyone hating on Mickey says, Why are Ethiopian parents, especially aunts, so judgmental?
have any
Especially
better
aunts
to do.
is hilarious.
Have you noticed
I
that
don't know
there's a
why.
correlation?
Huh?
You know what I mean? Like the ones that are judgy, like usually really don't do much.
They don't got a lot going
They
on.
don't really got a lot going on.
Yeah, or they're a little miserable.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's projecting.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm calling it a correlation. I don't think it's a linear relationship. Like you don't have anything going on, so you're judgmental.
Yeah.
I just think that like more commonly, I'll notice that shit.
Yeah, I feel like they're just bored.
Yeah,
Like they want
And there's
something to
paying more
talk
attention
about.
to you. Or
Yeah.
oh, you know who I noticed is real judgy too. Sometimes they be having some badass kids, and they start looking for shit to say about the parents with the good kids.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting.
Like
They be snitching.
yeah, next level hate, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes too, it's just when they say judgy, I don't know if they were like born here, born there, whatever. But I do think sometimes just like the cultural difference is like, you know, our aunties were like born in Ethiopia. They came here. They didn't grow up as children here and we did. So we operate in a different way.
That's true.
So to them, they're probably just like what's wrong with like
Yeah, like why
are
do
you like that?
Why are you like this?
Why are you like this? You know?
Yeah.
So just to give them a little grace, but yeah, I don't know.
I feel like Habesha people are very passionate, prideful, and opinionated.
Oh yeah.
So the bad side of that can be like super judgmental.
Sure.
You
I've
know what
also
I mean?
learned to appreciate some of those like guidelines that they followed, you know, like stuff that you would like kind of like, you know, maybe at your early like late teens, early 20s, you'd be like, the hell you like, who are you to then you think back on it and you're like, you know what? They were right. That was
Yeah.
some dumb shit I was doing. So I've been on that side of the coin too, where I looked at it and I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of glad that my parents were like, don't do that ever. Or this, you know?
You gotta fuck up though. Like you gotta learn one way or another. Like no matter how many times, like when you're younger, I'm saying like when they tell you not to do certain stuff or whatever, like yeah, teenagers, early 20s, they're gonna test the boundaries like in one way or another. So it's like I think you have to be able to be comfortable with judgment. Like if you're just a rebel, reckless your whole life, like you're not gonna amount to nothing, bro. Like
Yeah.
you got to be able to accept judgment. Like it's just gonna they're not, like Sam said, like they didn't have the same upbringing as us. Like it's different going up here
Yeah.
than it is there.
But I ain't gonna lie to you though. Now that I'm at this age, I'm at the point now where like I'll even turn around and tell my parents like, "Yo, so and so was saying this," so just so you're not surprised, I rudely interrupted the conversation and said I'm no longer having this conversation, and I walked away.
Okay, yeah,
I've gotten to
there's
that point
certain,
now.
yeah.
I'm in my 30s, bro. You
Yeah,
can't
you
tell
can't-
me what I can and cannot do.
Thank you. I agree
I'm
with
a grown
that.
man.
You can't
Like,
low bro me.
yeah, you can't be like, well, you know, you should have done this or whatever. Why don't you know, people have lectured me about going back for my master's. I'm like, look, bro, don't worry about me, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
you know what I
grown
mean? Like,
man,
don't
bro.
worry about
You
what
got
I'm doing.
grown man shit.
Like, you still got like your snotty nosed kid, like trying to finish freshman year, you know what I mean, in high
Right.
school. Like, really don't worry about me, bro. You got enough going on.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Or even who I'm dating at the time, at times, and like, you know, why I don't do this, why I don't do that. It's like, bro, like, don't worry about it. And the constant barrage of like, when am I getting married or this, bro, like, ask me once and then drop it is cool. But like when you can just keep feeding off of this question, it's like,
Yeah.
When are you gonna get Maddie? When are you
Yeah.
gonna get Maddie?
Yeah.
I'm
I
waiting
think-
for you to start getting that. Or have you already been getting it?
Yeah, I've been getting it.
I feel like Dawit's been getting it the most.
Well, I'm
because
sure.
I'm
yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
much the
it's-
oldest
yeah.
of the
It
group.
just goes
That's
in
true, that's
order.
true.
Yeah. No, I've been
It does
getting
go
it.
in order.
I've been getting it recently, but I don't know. I guess like judgment. I don't know. I guess I just don't really care, or maybe like I don't engage in the conversation enough that like I feel like people get a vibe that I'm just not even
Unless
like checked into
if
it.
it feels like a personal, if you're like digging, like you're like, all right, if it feels like an interrogation, I'm gonna say like, all right,
Yeah.
like
I
stop.
think I don't know. I think I get this from my dad, but like sometimes people will say something to me, like an opinion or something insane, and I'll just like chuckle, and then just be like, "Yeah, right, yeah," and then
Dad do
and
be
that's
doing
it.
that.
And it makes them like feel like I'm
It makes them
with them.
It also makes them feel like they just said some stupid shit.
but
Because you just laughed in their face.
But I don't realize I'm doing it sometimes.
Yeah. We both do it. I be laughing at crazy shit. Like
Like in my mind, I
Yeah.
know I'm like I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But out loud, I'm like, yeah. It's just
I
the
definitely
craziest
get
thing.
that.
But I do feel like sometimes it comes from a good place. Like not everybody. There's some people who
Yeah,
actually
it depends on who's
Yeah,
and how they're
right.
saying it and all that.
right.
Like,
But you also can't care more about this topic than my parents. Like
Yeah.
if my parents aren't grilling me on this, why are
I agree.
you
That's a good point.
going out of your way to like make this a thing? You know, if my mom and dad, the people who birthed me,
oh
you know,
God.
my
Or it turns
grandparents
into a
aren't
lecture.
grilling me, like
You know what? I think that's why he put especially aunts on
Yeah.
there. Because it's
Yeah.
only so much an auntie can tell me. Like I respect it, but like I'm gonna take my parents' judgment
At the end of the
way more like at a higher level than my aunt's judgment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
of
be,
Like that's my parents, bro.
I
Of
be,
course.
bro. I don't even. Maybe I got a little more aggressive now, but I just be like, hey, bro, I'm not talking about that right now.
Like,
Like,
to,
you'll bring
to
up-
your parents.
No. My parents, like, they can say whatever because, like, you know, they're my parents.
You're
But
saying
like,
other,
I'll be in
other
a
family
conversation with
members.
like my uncles or something,
Yeah.
like, or they just like, you know, start interrogating me about work and stuff. I'd be like, look, I get 2 days off from work. I don't know if you don't have anything else to talk about, but like, we're not talking about that.
right.
Like, I'll be like, look, I really don't want to talk about work right now. Like,
Yeah.
how's work? Good. That's the extent.
That's it.
Yeah.
That should be where it stops.
Yeah.
Like, when are you going back to your master's? Never. Okay. Don't ask me again because never was the answer of whether I go or
Let's
not.
talk about other
So
things.
don't ask me next time you see me.
You know one thing about like Abisha, like elders, they'll repeat the questions every time they see you. It's the same like 3-4 questions.
It's unskippable dialogue.
Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing is too, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. One of our relatives always asks me how old my dog is. So the first time I told him he was 9, he was like, "Oh man, he doesn't have much time left." Oh, like, you know, just started going on this. He was like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't think about the death of my dog."
Yeah,
man."
that's insane.
So I decided to take it upon myself to realize that he's going to ask me again next time I see him how old my dog is. He has asked me 5 times, and 5 times he's gotten a different age.
What are
And
you
he
gonna say
never
this time?
clocks it.
What are you gonna say next
I've
time?
never noticed.
I told him, okay, so I told him the truth the first time it was 9. I told him 3 after that. I bumped it up to 5. Then I think I scaled it back to 2. Yeah, no, I'm just going to keep whatever number comes to my head.
Right. And when he said like 3, you'd be like, "Oh, that's fine."
Yeah. Whenever I said 3, he's like, "Oh, he's got a while. Don't worry."
Yo, that's
And I was like,
crazy.
I literally looked at him like, and then his son done dry snitched and told him like, you know, Dawit's telling you a different age every time, right? He was like, whatever he tells me, I have to just believe him. And it's like, I think
Are you that
got a little
bored?
butthurt.
Yeah.
You got a little butthurt that I've been lying to you.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to be able to. On one side, you got to be able to take judgment, but it does matter who's trying to judge you.
Yeah, you can be. There's nothing wrong with putting your foot down in a situation that is like, dude, you're beating a dead horse. Like we've talked about this a million times. We don't need to keep discussing this. You should definitely set some boundary or like, there's nothing wrong with having respect for yourself. And I think actually like until you have that moment, like obviously different adults are going to always treat you like a child until that, because in their eyes, like they do think of you as the baby that they saw. Like that is no matter, even if you're 45,
Yeah, that's true.
they're still older than you. They're still going to picture you as that baby. So I think until you kind of have that moment where you're like, hey, look, we've talked about this enough. Like, I'm not going to,
There was even one time I was so annoyed that they were like, you know why you need to have kids sooner than later? And I was like, is it the same reason you told me last time I saw you? And he laughed. He was like, ha, now listen. And then he told me the same reason he told me last time. And I was like, oh, this guy's dead ass. He really don't have nothing else to say.
I agree. Mello, what do you think about that? Why you think our parents or aunties are so judgmental?
I don't know, man. I feel like that shit is just deeply rooted in the culture, because it's not even just Ethiopian people. Like I feel like Sudanese people,
Yeah.
Somali people, like
Childhood traumas.
yeah, and it kind of just I don't know. I think we hold our people sometimes to such a high standard
Yep.
where sometimes that could come off in a negative way. Like
Yeah.
And you know, I think it
all comes from a good place, in my opinion. But I think sometimes just people made a sport out of it, pretty much. You know what I
maybe
mean?
I'm a little too spicy for saying this, but I think when they kind of dig in and they figured out something you did bad or whatever, kind of makes them feel a little better about themselves at time too.
For sure. It's a lot of competition, right?
Yeah.
Competition can be good. Competition can be bad, right?
Comparing you
like
to your
families,
cousin.
yeah, like families are always competing. Even within one family, people will be competing with each other,
yeah.
right? So I think sometimes like the competition and the ego, the pride, all that, you know, mixed, bunched in together just equals a bunch of judgmental ass people.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
don't even
there's-
think sometimes they try to be. My bad to cut you off.
No, keep going.
Like they don't intentionally like try to like bash certain people, or like you ever hear like your mom or dad talking about somebody, like they're technically talking so much shit about them, but they're saying it with such a concerned tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like you, in the end of it, the next day you'll realize like they're being real judgmental. They probably said a lot of fucked up shit, but it's actually coming from like a good place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I that's the thing. I think that comparison in general, while it is technically judging, it is like a natural thing that we do.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes we don't realize always when we're doing that in a way that like makes people just feel like, okay, why are you comparing me and my cousin? Why are you comparing me and my, you know, whoever that is? It's like, now I have to sit and like listen to this, you know. I hope I don't, you know, do that when I'm older, because it's going to be funny to look back at this and be like, damn.
Right.
Like,
Nah,
I'll do the same exact thing that they did.
I don't think
We grew up we have a completely different mind, bro. The
Yeah, I think
internet,
they're gonna love hearing
growing
our-
up in America,
Yeah.
like, all this shit plays a factor.
when they're old enough to hear our stories of our 20s and teens and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't know. I don't
got
think
too many stories.
Yeah. I don't think there's a straight answer for that question.
It is,
Why
right.
is Ethiopian
Pretty
people so
open.
judgmental?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. I think that's the short answer for it.
Because you could say the same. Can't even fucking talk. You could say the same shit about Indian culture.
Oh, absolutely.
They might be worse. You could say the same shit about Asian culture.
Absolutely.
Like China
Yeah,
has
you'll
like
get
number one
shunned.
suicide rate.
Worse, damn
You'll
near.
get shunned in some of those cultures for doing
Absolutely.
You can't even
something.
get a B+ on the report card. And stuff.
Yeah.
For real.
Remember the whole Tiger Mom thing? I forgot what year that was. There was like a whole like story on TLC or whatever channel about like this mom who was just a hawk on her kids, like just a helicopter parent. Everything they did was planned and coordinated and this and that, because they just wanted them to be this perfect whatever. It's a real thing, but you know,
I'm glad we have chill parents.
I won't lie. That's a
I have a
blessing.
chill. I have chill parents, but
Yeah,
I don't have a
definitely
chill
have
family.
parents
Very
and
blessed.
I've definitely dealt with a lot of like, yeah.
Seeing
Let's just say
how
politics
like
growing up.
seeing how crazy parents affect kids, like crazy judgmental parents, judgmental families negatively affect kids, like
Yeah.
that shit's serious, bro.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Negative
Just
and
tell-
positive. I've seen some
Negative and
judgmental
positive.
ass parents who kids are elite because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In all aspects. Like
I guess
depend
it's
on the
like,
kid.
but are they doing what they want to be doing, and do they?
There's
do
a way
they-
to
do
be
they have a
strict without
fulfilling-
traumatizing, though.
Yeah.
Depends on the
it's-
kid,
for
it's-
sure.
But we're not parents yet, so let's
Yeah, that's
try
true.
not to dig too deep into
Yeah,
them.
it depends on the kid too.
That's
like
true.
some kids will take judgment and be like, "All right, I'm gonna prove you wrong," and they'll be elite. And some
Yeah.
people will take it and be like, "My parents
Crumble.
hate me,"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then their life is
emotional.
ruined.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
it depends.
That's true. It does depend on how you take it.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Pause.
This is a good. Yeah, that was a pause. Hey, let's
a
go
good
ahead and
one.
end this song. Let's end this with a throwback, man.
Again,
I'm gonna give you a throwback
Guess
for
so.
next week. No homo.
Hey,
Just in case.
What the
Just in
fuck?
case.
Hey yo, hey man, thank you for listening. 12 in a row, 12 weeks.
Yep.
We fucking made it, man.
We did.
We're flying through these.
Yep.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to WeSoCultured.
This might be our record. This might be a
Thank you,
record.
man.
All those times I said that I